Hello everyone, and welcome to Carat Clash, the biggest one of the double elimination era. And we're here with winners round 1. There are 187 entrants, maybe a few fewer than that due to oversleeping. But we're pretty much ready to head into our first match. I mean, looking at this massive bracket, Lucius, what do you think?
Looking at this massive bracket, I really do think that we could see some potential upsets. For example, in the two-player elimination rooms, I see Rickon, who I do know as a rice shower only player. Well, he lost, and I'm just like, my heart goes out to him since I'm also rice shower only. And then I also see some strong names paired together just in the winners round 1 with an NPC, so the NPCs will screw up skill positioning, Excel positioning, all the timings. So whoever comes out on top, I don't know, but then it's Necromancer and Smudge. Smudge is a friend of mine. Nicro is one of the Falcors. Who knows?
It's going to be actually a little tough if you're an end closer player with those NPCs, because if you unlucky get 3 end closers and you're somewhat running gold ship, there's a high chance that your gold ship just going to be in 5th place and goodbye.
But 5th place isn't a death sentence nowadays since we have Dober actually.
Oh, true. Yeah.
If she was 4th, that'd be another issue though.
Hey, if you're putting proper amount of wit on that gold ship, there's always a chance she's 4th in an NPC-filled lobby.
Oh, very true, very true.
But speaking of lobbies, this one is one of the non-NPC-filled lobbies, so taking a look at this lobby, what do you guys think?
That's a lot of end closers.
Just a handful of them.
Can you scroll down? That's a lot of end closers.
Yeah. Well, then.
Wow.
This is the kind of lobby if you kind of wish you were running the Unige Suzuka in, seeing like almost no one to attack you.
Oh, definitely. Looking at this, it's only what? Somebody doing Oshi Ace Kurin-chan, which is a nightmare to get, like, long aim, long S on. And then a fine notion.
Oh, okay.
Long S.
That's
damn.
Get some gambling with that wit and stamina with only pure heart and 2 whites.
No. Look at the deck. That's purely F2P cards, with the exception of the Kita-san Black.
And it always hurts seeing that special week gambling on Gourmand.
And it looks like they didn't hit the gambling on Gourmand. It hurts a little bit, but we'll be able to see.
Yeah, another big thing I'm worried about is some of these gold ships, at least one of them has a chance to be in 4th. Actually, both of them could be in 4th or 3rd.
It's not even just the gold ships. All of them probably have pump iron or moving past.
This would be a great day to be an iron disbeliever and pick something else with your 160 skill points.
I know, right? Quite unfortunate that these people do have a 7 end closer lobby.
I mean, it's just that prisoner's dilemma. End closer's really strong. You want to bring your best end closers, you're going to run into people doing the same.
Yep. There's one thing to note, though. Given how low stamina lobbies are, we do see that people just understand a little. So let's see if the cafe can do something about that.
Yeah.
And they're off.
One Excel popped at the start, and this fine motion is going to be our lucky pace of the day. So you can see if maybe you can build up a nice lead with that. And Current obviously taking that second spot as every end closer is going to be sitting in that back.
Yeah, and quite unfortunately, there will be no late surgers to block the end closers or potentially cause like a distance gap, because there is a minimum distance gap between pace chasers, late surgers, end closers, fronts, and Onikas. So we'll see how this goes, but then it looks like the two gold ships are actually just staying in the back. The Brines are actually up front in the pack, which is actually really good for them considering their uniques. And the Oguri is in prime position right now.
With that Taishin just kind of almost sandwiched between Manhattan Cafe, Christmas Ogre, never mind. She excelled. She's not going to be blocked anymore, so it's not going to take into account.
Yeah, it looks like we have all the heals coming off right now. A lot of white heals, actually. There were a few goals that popped earlier, but there's the anchors away, there's a chasing after you. Let's see how the mid game goes, and let's see if the pace chasers actually get into good position, because it looks like the fine motion is just creeping up a little bit, but the end closers are closing in fast.
With this end closer are just going to start moving up. We see straightaways, encroaching shadow. They're popping spur, all these excels. Taishin actually now hitting, moving past and beyond. All the NSMs are popping as well. There goes Fine Motion's ultimate, but Gold Chip's already taken the lead. This is going to be a tough act to follow, as there's a lot of late skills that you're able to activate, but with that Narita Taishin on the back as well, that's going to throw in a lot of wrenches into the plan. It's going to look like a three-way spurt here for the Taishin, the Fine Motion, and that Gold Ship. The Man in Cafe, though, absolutely coming in, but no one's stopping this Taishin, and she beats the fraud allegations and takes first for Shanks.
All I have to say is, potential Uma, potential achieved.
Always a great feeling when you get that potential achieve, isn't it? You get to see her smiling at the end of that race.
Yeah, it's just sad that this is a 7 end closer lobby. 2 people with triple end closer right there. Absolutely insane for our first match.
And good stuff for Shanks, though. Coming in with a Taishin is definitely one of the better of the end closers, at least in my opinion, for these high end closer type metas. Since you do have encroaching shadow, you have a little bit less reliance upon the other positioning level uniques.
Yeah, and the thing about Nakayama 2500, it's you actually get a frame 0 excel with encroaching shadow or straightaway spurt, and because of that, you just accelerate that much faster.
Yeah. That's one of the strengths that people are running Christmas Ogre at the end. But it didn't even seem like she did very much. Could have been that she missed her white recoveries at one point.
No, she definitely hit it, but then it just wasn't as strong as the Taishin that hit everything all at once.
PTO. I mean, in this kind of race, PTO is definitely a thing to take.
Yeah, because this Taishin did hit like a 0.95 Excel bomb. Because I saw her hit Encroaching Shadow, No Stopping Me, and Moving Past all at the same time.
Wow. That is crazy. But man, I've been on Taishin since day one, let's be real. When I saw Encroaching Shadow, I knew it was going to be the GOAT. How did everyone get convinced that it was a potential Uma? Like, how is it even a potential Uma in the first place?
Yeah, so she actually got the thing about potential Uma because people just didn't know how to build her. That's the most common issue with people undervaluing certain Umamusumes. It's just that they don't know how to build them correctly, and that causes them to be like, no, she's weaker than this one because there's better stack growth, there's this. But Taishin is extremely strong. It's just that her recovery is less reliable than gold chips.
I think also prior to the half anniversary patch, before lane movement was really a thing, she was kind of susceptible to getting stuck behind other horses in the past, but we are no longer in the past.
Exactly.
And with the amount of players now that, a lot of the front runner information and some of the important support cards are out, the days of the 1-2 CMs were like, oh yeah, you can run pace down mode Haru Urara to ruin the Taishins. I mean, now that's a thing of the past because you can't ever rely upon that. So Sleeping
Nah,
Lion's
we're gonna
gotten a
be
little
seeing-
bit more valuable.
So the fun thing is, you can actually still rely on that because Taishin is dependent on her position relative to the front of the race and the back of the race.
Yeah, if you really want to ruin a Taishin's day, you can bring a Haru to run super far in the back, and Sleeping Lion won't proc.
Yep.
But where's the
Just-
fun in that?
We're actually going to be seeing a lot of the opposite of that pace down mode today, I think. I think I saw a lot of Suzukas, runaway Suzukas in the bracket that are trying to pace up the race instead. So tell me a little bit about how that works.
Yeah, I can take
Yeah.
that because I like running these front runners. So how it's going to work is it puts out an Uma's super far ahead, so everyone's going to be trying to close that distance as much as possible. Their theoretical distance to leader will never be met to the point where they'll reach where they're happy at, so they'll keep going as fast as they possibly can. So they're very important for front runners so that they can keep building that distance behind a runaway. Problem is building that Suzuka just right where she keeps the lead long enough to move past position keep, but also doesn't steal rod from your own front runners if you're going with that strategy.
All right, guys. We're heading to round 2, actually.
Oh.
It's at the very bottom. It's Camille Akari, Benny Benbao, and Mop. But I don't know how to pronounce these Discord names, guys.
Wait, I can't see
Mach-
that sheet. What? It's a little blurred on my side.
don't
think
try
that's
to
just
don't
me,
try to
but-
look at the sheet through the stream, okay? Just don't.
Wait, so what's the name?
It's the Camilla lobby. Camellia.
Camilla Lobby.
Camilla
Trying to-
Akari, Benny Benbao, and Mapachu.
There's so much traffic on this dock, so I can't see much.
Now for this one, we're gonna have Tibbs and Looseless.
Yippee.
Do it.
I'm going to be looking at their compositions because maybe there's something that we haven't seen before, or maybe it's something that we've seen so many times.
God bless you for trying to navigate this Discord and find all the images.
It's not hard. It really isn't. Ooh, this one's going to be a fun lobby.
What are you seeing?
So Camilla has an end closer Tamamo, a front Saiyan, and a Suzuka.
They must have rushed that Tamamo out quickly.
Oh,
She just dropped 2
definitely.
days ago.
And then Benny Benbao has an end closer Tokai Teo, a Saiyan Sky, and a Summer Maru.
No love for the late surgers, I see.
Yep. And then Mapachu has an end closer OG Oguri Cap, a Tamamo Cross end closer, and a Super Creek Pace Chaser. The actual Generation of Miracles right here. We
I could
actually
see what's gonna
have.
happen.
Yep. We actually have somebody running the Cinderella Grey composition.
Is the Cinderella Grey composition Ogre and Rudolph? I think.
No.
And Tama Cross, right? Or
No.
Tama Cross, Ogre and Super Creek, right?
Yeah, it's Oguri Cap, Tamamo Cross, and Super Creek. That is what we can currently do for the Cinderella Grey composition. However,
Victor Striker fans in shambles.
definitely in shambles. but it's okay. The next one that we get for this composition, to add on to this composition, will be Yaeno Muteki, who comes out after Nishino Flower and Fujikiseki and Saiyan Sky Ballrooms.
So looking at this lobby again, are they all fronts and ends?
No, there's one single Pace Chaser.
Okay. I assume that's Super Creek.
Yup, it's the Super Creek. The one singular Pace Chaser.
And that's a OG Ogre cap, right?
That is an OG Oguri cap.
No festive miracles happening here.
No festive miracles, but this is a long S and S Oguri cap. They put effort into this one.
They did. And honestly, I want to root for that effort.
I want to root for this composition because this is the Cinderella Grey composition right here. But yeah, let's
get
into the race.
into it.
Stream overlay. Hello.
Sorry, guys. Give me like 2 seconds.
No worries. Alright, we're loading into the Ari McKinnon Nakayama Turf 25,000. Long right, Winter Firm. Looking at the Cinderella Grey comp. Some fronts and favorites. And another Tomomo cross with 2 fronts. One runaway Suzuka looking to extend the pace of everyone here. And 3 men and a dream.
This Suzuka isn't actually built for Ari Makinen. It's built to just block other Suzukas just in case, actually. It doesn't even run any debuffs.
Interesting.
Because this Suzuka is just made for no stopping me.
And we're off. We're going to see all these frontrunners hit all of their accelerations at the beginning. That Suzuka is going to lead the pack with Saiyan Sky soon after. That I believe that is Ben Bao's Saiyan Sky in second place here. As we go down the list, we've got Marzensky in number 3. Summer Marzensky. Another Saiyan Sky, Camellia Akari's in number 4. And that is going to be the frontrunner pack that we're looking at here as they look to try to catch up to the Suzuka in the mid-game.
Yeah, and we're going to be looking at these front runners trying to catch up, but then this Saiyan Sky from Benny Benbao is actually pushed up really, really far ahead, right behind the Suzuka, because this Suzuka is high wit, but then it also has extremely low power, so it's going to get overtaken right now.
Yeah, going up that mountain is really tough for that Suzuka.
Yup, and then we should be seeing Benny Benbao's Saiyan Sky just start overtaking the Suzuka as soon as possible. There's a Suzuka unique right there, and then we should be seeing the End Blizzard's just starting to pace up a little bit. And we're going to be looking at the Super Creek to see if she just falls behind a little bit or paces up. It looks like she's pacing up, actually, going past Camila Akari, Saiyan Sky.
Yeah, this is actually not looking great for the frontrunners. That Suzuka still has a lot of lead, and it doesn't going to look like any of the other fronts are going to be able to hit this rod. But wait. Benny Benbao's coming up, but no stopping me, is going to start proccing, and we are going to see this pace chaser, the sole only pace chaser, starting to lead the pack. But Tamamo Cross hot on her heels. She cannot be stopped as well, and she's looking to win the Ari McKinnon to actually take the title that was not hers in the past. We're going down this final stretch. Tamamo Cross thundering down the last furlong as we start to see these velocity skills proc left and right, and it looks like she's gaining. She's only growing the lead between her and her competitors, and it is going to be Tamamo Cross winning the Ari McKinnon.
All right, and we saw the Cinderella story just take control of this map.
Yeah,
because this could have been a Tamamo Cross OD Cap Super Creek sweep. But then Benny Benbao did play spoiler with his Tokai Teo in third.
they're gonna feel pretty happy about that one. I think that was like a frame 1 no stopping me.
That definitely was. And this Tamamo Cross did hit everything. I do wonder what happened to the Tokai Teo.
Yeah, that Tokai Teo in that race was doing pretty well and was well positioned, and then it died.
I actually saw
Mhm.
none of that. It was so focused on the fronts during the last section.
Looking at the skills, I do have to note that because there were so many end closers in this lobby, and I don't know what he was expecting, but then Superior Heal, I don't think I saw that go off, and that was one of his major recoveries right there. And for those who don't know, Super Creek and Fantasy Grass Wonder have uniques that are heals that are extremely strong. Their uniques are going to be 7.5 recoveries, but then when inherited, they're 3.5 recoveries. So you get essentially half of a gold recovery for half of the price. So it's a much better buy than any kind of white recovery skill.
All right, I'm trying to get some lobbies here.
Oh, yeah, I'm not casting my own lobby.
Your lobby's over, bro. Like,
Yeah, my lobby's
bro?
over. Bro, that lobby was so confusing. Like, I thought I was gonna lose because Johnny Hearn had like a Saiyan and Suzuka, so that Saiyan was pacing up so much that she was so far away, but somehow she still lost with angling. I don't know how that's possible. She's like
Guys, I
so
lost
far
by
and
a
she still lost.
nose. A nose.
I see a Toph lobby, I see a JK Spice lobby, I see a Cat Bomb lobby.
Yeah, lots of lobbies to go off of here. So
Yep, Mathrim, Leo 9, Ace Jacks, and then Mr. Jackalaka himself is waiting for his third.
oh yeah. No way. I'm trying to see who I'm up against.
All right, so we have only a few matches remaining in round 1 that need to be completed. That's actually a bit of a problem because that lets us start losers.
Yeah, I don't know if this is, if you just start doing the DQs now, maybe, or disqualifiers now, or like
Potentially.
Yeah, I think it should be the case now because everyone's almost done their round 2 matches. Oh my gosh, the lowest seed. Oh wait, oh my gosh, there's a lot of low seeds in the winners quarters.
Yup, these are all people that applied pretty recently.
That's amazing, man. Like, you don't see that every day, you know?
No, we see that every Carat Clash. Let's be real. Be real
Yeah.
with me.
I'm so
We saw Badok.
Well, there was Badok, and there was wait, there was one with the Ogre cap. I forgot. Oh, Yuvacrol. Yeah, that guy.
Yubacrol.
This dude was
With-
on a Cinderella run.
Yubacrol really was on a Cinderella run. He was pretty
Yeah,
much
he was.
seeds.
It's a
And
shame
what
that
is
we don't
not
see
more
him today.
fitting? Yeah, and what is not
Yeah.
more fitting than going on a Cinderella run with Ogre cap? Just like, it's just simply poetic.
Cinema, as they
Definitely
say
is.
nowadays.
Yeah.
I'm looking to snipe
It looks
the JK Spice lobby.
Yeah, I think the JK
Alright.
Spice lobby is it.
Oh,
Seeing a lot of matches get finished right now. Although there is one here, one round in winners round 1 that hasn't been played yet. So, oh, and did Neb even finish this match? That's crazy.
What? Neb got
I don't see-
DQ'd. Neb got DQ'd.
Oh,
all right.
Here.
The next match is up here, and for
Okay.
this, I'm gonna have Eject and Kopi. Kopi will be on color for this one.
First, second color. Oh, never mind. I forgot. Let's go, Kopi.
Yeah, I'm excited for this
Dude,
one.
I'm so excited to commentate with you. Sorry, I just had to say that.
It looks like.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you go.
Wait.
You go.
Is this gonna be another? No, okay. This is not overstack on the end closers, but we get to see a huge amount of diversity. Ignore the fact that there's 2 Tamamo crosses, but we get to see base Tokai Teo trying to represent her Ari McKeenan as a late surger, of course. Pace Ogre is the Christmas variety. A pace final. We got a Rice Shower. Wait, front 8 favorite. Dang.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I see it. Solo ace, fine motion. You gotta respect the grind, you know?
Fine motion fans grow deep, especially because you have to use a worse wit card to replace the fact you're not able to access fine motion wit. So very, very tough to get fine motion, especially to an S plus ranking. That is some dedication to your Oshi that I love to see. I like to see how that's been built.
Yeah, I kind of want to see the deck real quick. I want to see the deck. What did you use? Gotta be some dark magic like mixed in inside there, you know? Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Hello, multi-style cards. We got that Mayano speed. We got Taishin wit. Got
It's got
nice
those
nature
balls.
wit.
Man, those ball, holy. And we have Spice representing Tokai Teo for quite a long time now.
I mean, Tokai Tail, if you can activate her unique at the proper time, like Sky High Tail step can be really strong just as a force multiplier. She's proccing it just at the back of some excels.
Definitely. And like what my boy Kopi said, if Tokai Teo sneaks into the top 3 as a late surger, things could be trouble for all the end closers. Although maybe the end closer speed coefficient may save them. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see indeed. The start's going to be critical. Who are you looking at for taking the lead out of this starting gate?
I think Suzuka definitely, but because she's the only front, that's why I think.
Outside the Suzuka in the mid pack.
Outside Suzuka, I'm not too sure. Whoever gets late started, I'm not too sure. And they're off! And they're off and running. Suzuka taking the lead. Bright Shower also along with her. And Ogre Cap, we're not seeing the camera pan to her, but it looks like she's in good position judging by the skills that have just been procced now. And Tokai Teo with the Uma stand, defending her position really well.
As we get in out of this first leg of the race, we have Suzuka, we have Rice Shower taking their spots. The Christmas Ogre has defined herself by taking that front pace position, as we see that Tokai Teo with Uma stand is not getting kidnapped by any end closers. How do you make of this end closer pack popping up? Because it is shaping that, Tamamo Cross at the front end could cause some issues.
Yeah, it's definitely going to cause some issues. If she moves to the 7-6 position, it could be trouble pretty much on that final straight. She can hit that carryover. She can use it as a mid game, She is dangerous in all places. And in an environment where Tokai Teo needs to velocity bomb on the final straight, it could spell trouble if Tamamo Cross is right beside her.
Yeah. And we see here the Suzuka is already falling back, has not been built to steal Rod, is there to just catapult at the end, potentially a pace chaser that has angling and scheming.
Oh,
Here's that
here we
Tama-
go. Tail 9. White Lightning coming through. Is Tamamo Cross almost at 6. Tokai Teo moving past and beyond, but she's not moving past. Here is Tamamo Cross on the final corner. In front is Fine Motion, but she's running out of free real estate. Here is Tamamo Cross on the outside, Tokai Teo on the inside. Ogre Cap slowly pushing through, but I don't see any uniques at proc for her. No Festive Miracle in sight. Fine Mo trying to shake off Tamamo Cross, but she's wearing out. Festive Miracle on the final straight, but it's not enough. Tokai Teo, no Teo step in sight, and Tamamo Cross, White Lightning coming through. Oh my god, Teo, that's not going to do anything, buddy. And Tamamo Cross is going to win this race, and Mika Berkuda is going to move on to the next round.
That's a little unfortunate having your Tokai Teo proc her unique in the last 50 meters or so. But great
I think that's
stuff.
JK
Mika-
Spice's Tamamo Cross, by the way.
Oh, really? Oh,
It
it's
said 6 on the
JK.
board.
Oh, it's JK Spice. Oh, I gotta read next time. Sorry, I apologize for my mistake. JK Spice, is moving to the next round.
Yeah,
I
this
just
was
faked it.
very much a case of procking your excels at the right time. We saw Tamamo Cross get with No Stopping Me almost immediately as it was available in the Excel zone. However, I saw Encroaching Shadow whiff. We had late Nimble Navigators and No Stopping Me's from the rest of the pack. Of course, Tokai Teo did not activate her unique at a proper time. We had Christmas Ogre activate on the final straight. And this isn't CM9, so that's not the Excel zone you're wanting to have. And just had your hits at the proper time. You built your Uma with love and care.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And that Tamamo Cross, still proving to be very dangerous and a very strong Uma in this CM. And she's proving it right here in this tournament. She could be better. Hot take. Might be better than Taishin and Goldship for sure.
I definitely have heard, and we're seeing people talk about, Tamamo Cross's theoretical value is absurd for this CM. Your only difficulty is building her in time. It's one of those classic, like with Summer Marzensky when she released of. You have a very short amount of time to build her, but if you get it done right, you have the runs necessary. You get her to an unstoppable looking momentum, and that's exactly what happened.
All right, next up is a bit of a crazy matchup at the bottom. It's Toph versus Japanese Shaman Girls versus Melt Up. And Melt Up has performed quite a bit in past times. But I guess I'll get Tibbs and Luceless for this one.
Let's do it. Casting my boy Toph.
Yeah, and then Toph is having an interesting lobby actually because everything here is going to be, I don't know.
The team composition that Toph is bringing to this is actually different from his actual Chanmi team composition. He's a little bit more worried about fronts, so I believe he did bring a Suzuka this time.
Yup, this is an Oguri pace, Tamamo end, and a Suzuka.
I felt like I was getting a little schizophrenic seeing Ogre Cap Ogre. I was just like, what?
Yup.
She's doing it herself?
Yep, and then there's another Suzuka right there, actually, from Melt Up, so that's going to be a kamikaze.
Yeah, and we're actually going to see a Mihono Bourbon. I haven't seen one of those in many a Chanmi,
quite a
so
while,
interesting
yeah.
to see what that looks like.
Melt Up is using a triple front composition, while the others have identical Body Cap and Tamamo end closers, and then there's Stray Gold Ship just sneaking her way in.
definitely probably the fan favorite or the meta of the CM Ogre Cap. Going to be seeing a lot of festive miracles, really looking to get that carryover into the final acceleration zone on corners 5 and 6.
Wait a second.
Waiting.
Wait a second. I'm reviewing the team submissions. This is fraudulent.
Oh no.
That shouldn't be a Narita Taishin. That should be a gold ship.
Okay. Well, we'll figure out what happens after the race as we get into the starting brackets.
Yup. Remember, you should properly change or properly list your Umas because Japanese Shaman Girls, you wrote gold ship on your composition, but you submitted a picture of Narita Taishin.
And we're off. Suzuka is going to the front. They are likely going to spot struggle and unfortunately run out of stamina. So my favorite girl is not going to be winning this race. But the front runner is looking in a pretty good position. Mihono Bourbon followed by Summer Marzensky, the two pace festive ogres. And then the end closer pack, as we've seen, that gently has been performing really well this CM.
Yeah, and then we're seeing these Suzukas just like pace up really forward. Narita Taishin is just like anchoring at the back. She's really far back in consideration of like how the end closers are spaced out because the Tamamo crosses are paced up really far forward compared to the Taishin. That's going to cause a lot of issues with the Taishin unless she manages to hit like a miracle velocity right here to help her pace up a little bit. But then it's not really closing the gap. But then the front closers are starting to group up. The Summer Maruzenski's trying to make a play right here. And we should see the Ogre Cap start push up and see if they get everything right now.
Melt Up Suzuka is going to hand that baton over to Summer Marzensky, looking to get that angling and scheming off this corner. As we start seeing these festive miracles go down the track, they're going to get that carryover into the acceleration zone. Suzuka looking to debuff these pace chasers, see if that makes a difference for the Summer Marzensky, but Ogre is hot on her heels, getting that innate experience. She's going to run down this Summer Marzensky. Marzensky has nowhere left to go, but Tamamo Cross looking to catch up from the back. Can she make it? She's looking to make a repeat of Cinderella Grey happen, but hopefully in her favor. But Summer Marzensky actually is kind of holding off that ground. No, it's going to be Ogre Cap, all the way to the finish line, Ogre Cap.
And once again, we have our Resonant Thanos snap by a neck, actually. That is Toph making it to winner's quarters. Unfortunately, Japanese Shaman Girls and Melt Up will go down to loser's bracket. But this is a composition right here. Just Ogre Cap, Tamamo Cross, and a front runner to potentially pace up the lobby, remove the end closers from equation, and to ensure that Sane Skies do not get Rod.
Yeah, really paving that road for all the Ogre Caps that we have been seeing. That's a lot of recovery, just to be safe.
That's also a lot of green.
True.
And that should be it for winners round 2, except for one last match between Jackalaka, Shad Prince, and Plat Cone.
See Jackalaka. Interesting.
So there's actually lore to this one.
Fill us in.
Yeah?
So Black Cone, I'm pretty sure, is someone who Fantasy got to enter the bracket.
Oh!
Oh.
So yeah, so Fantasy might be sending an assassin after Jackalaka here.
Oh! Anything to win.
I can't believe it. Betrayal and backstabbing in my friend group? Never.
I know, right? My oomfies are fighting, bro.
Anything for a plushie?
All that for spin
Anything-
chunky.
Anything to deny the third crown.
If Jocko wins this, bro, I might start tweaking.
Well, we are going to be looking at the potential triple crown right here. And then maybe we will see other things as well, because I don't see Badok coming in to winner's quarters, unfortunately.
No.
He could have
Did I
been.
favorite Falcorp enjoyer?
Yeah.
Badok lost round 1.
No.
Badok lost round
Ouch.
1. Ooh.
I got paid for a match. So chaotic.
Are we doing winners next, or are we moving to losers?
No, we're not moving to losers for a bit. We need to do the Jackalaka lobby, but their third
Jacka.
isn't here.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna have to
Quite
send this the match.
unfortunate.
They want to. They want a match and disappeared.
No, their opponent got DQ'd.
Ah.
Oh. Dev got
Unfortunate.
DQ'd, or is it someone else?
Someone else.
Oh, sorry.
It's
I'm so slow.
I believe it is Shad Prince that got DQ'd.
Ouch. Do people just get DQ'd because they like miss the queue time for their matches?
People get DQ'd if they
No,
don't show up,
because they
bro.
Yeah, they just.
Oh.
Yep, Shad Prince just never showed up after his submission. And then he's DQ'd. There seems to be a lot of DQs this time. More than usual.
Really?
Did
I
change
thought
the
this.
time.
I thought the CM3 was like much worse. Like we had so much DQs in that Carat clash of CM3. That's interesting.
All right, it's gonna be a 1v1. I'm gonna have Jekton looseless for this one.
Okay.
All right.
A 1v1 between Jaka and man. Jaka and
Cone.
Black Cone. Oh, I just lost my match. GG. Anyway. I'm down to
Jackalaka.
losers. Jaka. Alright. CM10, Arima Keenan. Jakalaka with the Narita Taishin, Daiwa Scarlet, and Ogre Cap. That Daiwa Scarlet's interesting. It's certainly quite something to like not run Suzuka in that comp though.
Yeah, but this is Daiwa Scarlet made to win. Looking at these stats, that is good speed, good stamina, really good stamina actually. Maybe overstand. But then this was made quite a while ago. Was this for one of the previous champions meetings?
This is a former Carat Clash winning Daiwa Scarlet.
Oh yeah, this is the same
is
Carat
the
Clash I won.
former-
though, Yeah.
This is the former
Yeah.
Carat Clash winning Daiwa Scarlet. So this is a queen looking to get her second crown, right?
Yeah. But I think Mid Drop is going to win this race. I don't know. I think Mid Drop got it, bro. Mid Drop, bro. Front runner.
Oh no,
I think she got it.
Rum-
Or Rumba Step. Yo.
Rumba Step has got it right
Any
here.
Rumba Steps fans in the chat? Come on. Rumba Steps got it, bro. Rumba Steps got it.
No, we have number 7 Mint Phantom coming in hot as a front runner. She's definitely gonna win right here. But then
I don't know.
race.
There's no Onigate in the lobby, so you don't really get the free pace ups or the free speed ups. Or although there is Daiwa Scarlet, and there's a bunch of fronts, so she can just speed up off the front fronts.
Yep, we are going to be looking at the fronts, trying to get a spot struggle going, try to aim for the first front position. This is a Daiwa Scarlet and Summer Maru lobby right here. We're going to see if they come in, because they have the almost same exact composition. The only difference is their choice of frontrunner.
I'm
They're in
thinking,
the gate.
which player trainer's gonna get screwed by RNG here?
That would be
And
Jack
they're off.
and Black Cone with their Taishins, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, and you see Daiwa already off the gate and already leading, and that Summer Marzensky right behind her, and the two other NPC frontrunners, is it Mint and the other one? I forgot their name. Looseless, help me.
It's not Roomba Step, because Roomba Step is all the way in the back at number 8. Quite unfortunate, but I didn't get number 7's name. Well, not number 7, number 2's name, because number 7 is Mint. But then we did see Black Cone's Ogiri Cap Uma stand right here and just move up all the way right next to the Pace Chasers. She might get hit by a pace down, but then I do think that right here, it is definitely out of pace keeping. So we can look at these Umas just start going in.
Yeah, and I heard a rush earlier. Think that's going to be quite detrimental to whoever just got hit with that. No moving past and beyond, so...
Well, getting hit by a no moving past and beyond, that only affects the Taishins. And then there is a tight, and then all the front runners are just going back. The Summer Maru hits the angling.
Angling, yes, she does! Summer Marzensky with a big lead over the other runners. And Ogiri Cap with a well-timed 777 Festive Miracle is rounding out the third corner and into the fourth. On the inside is Summer Marzensky. Ogiri Cap slowly but surely catching up to her. Narita Taishin looking for that Velo Bomb inside the fourth corner. Here is Narita Taishin with Ogiri Cap. Ogiri Cap on the outside trying to contest with Summer Marzensky. Narita Taishin in the middle trying to break away from the pack, but Marzensky's not letting her. Narita Taishin, Ogiri Cap is aiming for the lead. She's got it for the lead. Ogiri Cap wins it.
Jackalaka eliminates the assassin sent by Fantasy by outpacing his own Taishin.
Wow. Yeah, that is simply amazing. That Taishin, I feel like, did that Taishin die?
That Taishin did not die, I think, because there are two Taishins in the lobby. So his Ogiri Cap just sped up a little bit more.
Yeah.
If you look at his skills, he actually does have everything needed. Innate experience, corner adept, straight spurt, ramp up, long corners. Can you scroll down?
Wait. Smoke screen.
Stand. Yup, smoke screen, stamina eater. Uma Stan. Playtime's over. Aoharu speed. This Ogiri Cap is just looking to make a play early game, pace up really far ahead, and then just be in prime position to just hit everything. And hit everything she did.
All right, next up on the agenda is some winners quarters. We are heading into the top 63 of winner's side, and we have a Necromancer match and a Fantasy JK Spice match.
Do I root for Necromancer, who took me out, or do I root against him?
You root against him. That is by law.
Do whatever your heart desires.
You root against him.
Necromancer,
I hope
the person, or you can hope
he...
that they win.
True.
Because if they win, then you get to say you only lost to the tournament winner.
Oh yeah, that's true. Wait, no, reverse, bro. Jinx it. You gotta be like, oh, I think he's gonna win, and then he loses. You know? That's the real stuff. You put that voodoo black magic into his horses, and then they lose.
We don't
Yeah,
want
the
to cast
Caster
the
curse.
curse on anybody.
That's true.
Yeah, but like, okay, you know what? I won't dive into it.
Are we trying to Satono curse our opponents?
Yeah.
All right, for this
The
one.
problem with only losing to him is that it's double elimination. So surely I get knocked out of the bracket later, and then I've lost to 2 people, so I can't actually say that. So, you know.
All right,
No, you'll make it to grand finals.
Looseless and Tibbs for this one.
All right. And in this lobby, we have Binge, Necromancer, and Dodemayu.
Obey your master.
Yep.
Now, a lot of gold ships, actually.
Yep. And then looking at this, it's going to be Suzuka's in the front to pace everything up and just kamikaze. There's going to be Ogiri Cap and Agnes Tachyon as pace, and then everything else is going to be end. That's a triple Suzuka composition right there.
And is that an ace Agnes Tachyon or a debuffer?
I would assume ace. This is definitely
Yeah,
an
that looks
ace.
pretty strong. Can win, as they say.
Can win is definitely a thing. But then given that we're looking at really only 6 Umamusumes that can potentially win, let's see how everything plays out.
Welcome to the winners' quarters. Okay, clash number 10. Yaru McKinnon. As we get onto the turf and see these Umas battle it out.
We're definitely going to be seeing them battle it out. We're going to be seeing the battle of the gold ships and the sole Ogiri Cap from Binge to try to take her win.
Gates are open. 3 Suzukas racing to the front. Who will lead the pack? At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. As we look at the paces, Agnes Tachyon and Ogiri pretty close to each other. None taking a commanding lead of catching up to these Suzukas. And the ends waiting in the back, waiting for their moment.
So at the very start, I did see Binge's gold ship activator Uma stand to get in front of the rest of the pack. That's actually going to be very important coming up, especially if it's to maintain a good position for getting that 5-6 pace for moving past and pump. But then we also see his Ogiri Cap just in front of the Agnes Tachyon, which is actually very good considering that Agnes Tachyon's unique is going to be activated soon, or should be activated soon.
Yeah, we're really focused on these Suzukas here, but we definitely expect that they are not going to be the ones fighting down the final stretch. As we start to see these anchors come into play, let's see if any of them actually push them up a little bit too far.
I don't think there's such a thing as pushing up too far because we see all the paces coming out. There's the Ogiri Cap Festive Miracle. She is starting to hit her excel with the carryover.
That's
And
true.
this would be, woo, that's actually huge.
Yeah, Binge's Ogre Cap starting to pass on the outside corner is going to start hitting. No stopping me.
No,
Gonna race to the front of the pack.
Look at the gold ship. Look at the gold ship.
The gold chip. She's actually so fast. She's almost caught up to this Ogre. Ogre is looking to keep up that about 3-length lead, but is it going to be enough? Rudolph actually coming down the stretch as well. Ogre Cap looking to maintain. Can she do it? Ogre gold chip hot on her heels, but it might be Ogre Cap all the way. We're looking. It's going to be maybe down to the wire. It's not. Ogre Cap is going to take it, and Vinci wins with a commanding lead.
Obey Your Master had an almost frame perfect rushing gale on that gold chip. Almost hit it. Hit that no stopping me rushing gale. Tried to make it, but then unfortunately, gold chip is quite not strong enough to beat the Arima Keenan favorite Uma.
And that there just shows the strength of Festive Miracle, right?
Oh, definitely. Festive Miracle is just so strong on this map. But it's not as strong as the new Oguri Captain JP. I've seen so many of those in Champions Meet. It's a nightmare.
Terrorizing the people.
An actual terrorist.
I'm like super late, but Badoke is now out, and
Jack, we talked about
anyone-
that 20 minutes ago.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Bye.
Jack, my bad, but you gotta stay with us here, you know? Like, we talked about that 20 minutes ago.
I'm like zoned out right now. I'm in my, you know, I'm like in my I'm in a bit of a flow state right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm like zoning out, type shit. You know?
The flow state usually ups it.
I
You're
don't
in
know.
the zone, you know?
Yeah. Like I ignore everything that's happening around me, and I just focus on what's in front of me.
Yeah, I see.
All right. Next one is going to be Kopi on play-by-play and Lucis on color, and this is going to be the last race of the block. It's Fantasy versus JK Spice versus Shadow.
Fantasy, JK
So-
Spice, and Shadow.
So Fantasy and JK Spice are common, very common in these, but Shadow looks pretty new for me.
And we see quite a lot of diversity this time around. Instead of the last lobby JK Shadow was in, we got everything here represented.
Yep, we have fronts, pace, late, and end. That looks like Fantasy with the debuff nature.
Or Nice Nature relegated once again to being evil.
Yep, there it is. There it is.
Damn, the siphon. Do we have that Manhattan Cafe stamina?
The red carpet.
Yep. The red carpet. And then let's see how they pace up. Because that Nice Nature is going to be hitting everybody for minus 5% stamina. If any Umas are understand for this, then they can actually stam out, die, and lose their positioning.
Not only that, is they're going to be pacing up the whole time too. So you've got a double whammy of stamina draining. So if you can hit that downhill excel mode, that's going to be incredibly life-saving, if not game-winning.
So actually, it's only the Suzuka that's a front runner. There's no other front runner to actually boost her up to accelerate the pace further. Something super important, and they're off.
Yeah, Suzuka hits both excels, passing those wit checks. As we see the Ogres pace all together, they are going to be forming a brick wall for this Tokai Teo. These end closers not going to care too much. But we do see that this Tokai Teo is actually moving up just a little bit, trying to put herself in a better position, although Gaishin might be kidnapping.
Alright, and we actually do see this poor Nice Nature far back, further than where she's supposed to be, but then we see this Narita Taishin moving up. This Tokai Teo just trying to get into a really good position. She's currently in 6th place, prime for pump. And then there's the gold chip with its on, trying to overtake and get into a really nice positioning, but then the late surge is already catching up to the pace chasers, which is pretty surprising considering it's this early on in the race.
this Taishin is who I have the eyes on most because she's just constantly been ahead of her pack the entire time.
And it looks like Taishin might be in one of the best positions, but then the two Ogre Caps out in front. Shadows in first place at the moment, beating Fantasies and JK Spices.
Yeah, I hope this Ogre has angling, scheming, but it's not going to happen. Here we go. Perfectly timed, assuming this is one of the front two.
Wait. Look at the tail. Look at the tail.
Oh, Teo is moving up. Okay. Spice, are you going to be in a great position here as we have this Taishin who is absolutely already on the heels with the gold ship right behind Teo? Might be looking to activate her unique here and now get ahead of that gold ship. If she cannot, it might be lights out as Ogre Cap is taking spots 1 and 2. The Taishin trying her best, but it looks like that Zoguri is your absolute winner. Very, very close, but no cigar for the Taishin. Not get close enough, fast enough.
This Teo hit everything. Pump, no stopping me, moving past. But ended up 4th, not even 3rd. And this is actually Shadow beating out Fantasy. And JK Spice, which is insanely different from what we were expecting.
It's a bit of a huge win there for Shadow. And honestly, definitely not expecting to go down to losers this early. And we're sending a huge shark to go play down there. So somebody's not going to be all that happy about how their losers run's about to end.
Yep, they're definitely not going to be happy about having to face Fantasy. Because look at this gold ship.
High wit, even higher power. I mean, that's recipe for disaster. She got 3rd in this lobby, only against the Christmas Ogre that just had it going everything for her, and that Taishin that just paced herself up from the get-go. In another world, that gold ship would have been far and away of everybody.
All right. Well, that's going to be it for this section of the bracket. Anything you guys want to say before we go to a short break?
I love you all. Thank
yeah,
you
I
for
love you all.
me. And build front runners. Front runners are the best. Also, don't pull for Narita to top road. She's a fraud.
What? No. What?
If this looks fun, be sure to join the next one.
Yeah, join the next one. Next one is actually kind of exciting. Next TM is a sprint. I know everyone loves Sakura Bakshino, so yeah.
Sakura Bakshino? What are you talking about? I'm doing Rice Shower.
I'm doing Wed Group.
Okay, man. Okay.
Okay, well, see you guys in a minute or two. We'll be right back for the winter semis.
Ah.
Hello everyone and welcome back. It was a short break and we're here with the winner semifinals, and I got a new set of casters with me today. We're going to have Spice and Jesu, who is looking very horizontally wide there, Jesu.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, when I put this PNG into Fugitech, I was like, oh, okay, it should be fine, and I've never noticed the issue until I was put in a line of another, horizontal profile picture, and I'm realizing I left a lot of white space, so I'm sure I'll go fix that. You guys can look at Brickbat's PFP while he's away. Look at that, like, bouncing wiggly top. Okay, so
that boy just bouncing.
That's what I'm saying, man. I gotta get, like,
so happy.
get a GIF for mine next time, too.
I'm sure everyone on stream just showed me get slimed, right? That was fun, probably.
NT. As soon as he got slimed, by the way, immediately going to the caster desk. Like, this is
immediately.
the
No
classic
time to mourn.
No time. Yeah, exactly.
Gotta keep moving.
Yeah, but we do have time for our winners semifinals. So for those of you just tuning in, we have just made it into our top 15. So Spice, who do we have coming up for our next match?
Looks like we have Venge, Oreo-chan, and let's see, Usa. Let me look at the bracket real quick, see what these names are. Let's see. Okay, yeah. No, names I haven't seen before. I mean, Venge, I've seen him before, right?
Yes.
No, pretty strong player in the community. Places high frequently. Pretty cool.
Okay, heading on into it. Is this the first digital that we've seen today? When I was tuning in a little bit earlier, I don't think we got a chance to see her, but of course seeing a lot of the Suzuka. Lots of folks running her as a blocker and really just setting the pace of the lobby as things go. And 3 Ogre caps across all 3 of these gamers.
Yeah, should be fun. Digital, mad respects, bro. Building her up to long A takes so many runs. Is like unbelievable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a hero does not choose her battlefield, but she still has to fight it out, right? Like those aptitudes are hard earned. So making sure that she's able to run with the best of them and stay alive in the winner's side is definitely something that's going to be scary. But these 3 gamers fighting it out for a spot in the winners finals as the racers line up in the starting gate. All right. And off to the races we go. Looks like everyone's off to a solid start. Of course, the Suzuka's taking immediately to the front there, setting up that pace of the lobby.
Yeah, the 2 Suzukas, I think they spot struggle, so they should probably both die, right? I don't think there's any other fronts in the lobby. Maybe Marzensky, yeah, she's leading the pack, a solo front. So she won't be able to pace up. The 3 Ogres just standing behind her are nibbling at her heels. But I want to point out that since there's 3 fronts in the lobby, a lot of these Ogres run pure heart, right? So and that requires you to be in 4th position. So only one of them can potentially proc their festive miracle in the correct time and get a good speed over ult. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Those couple Suzukas really just fighting to dominate the pace of the lobby. Of course, in 3rd place, that's Summer Maruzensky, like you mentioned, and 3 Ogres fighting over the same recovery. Of course, that's Swinging Maestro gonna proc as we come around that first corner and right around the halfway mark as well. I'm sure we're gonna be seeing some of those gold ship uniques too.
Trying to look at the gold ship uniques right now, and the backlines seem to be dead in the water right now. Like nobody's making any moves. Kind of worrying, like because they're fighting for 6th position, right? And like that's dominated by the 3 Ogres. So like good luck wrestling 6 out of one of them.
Yeah, exactly. That top 3 filled out by the front runners. That middle 4 through 6 just filled up by all this Christmas Ogre as we head around another corner. Of course, that Suzuka just so far ahead of the pack, and I'm just waiting for her to like bowl through the rest of the backliners.
Good luck to whoever gets bowled.
That's what I'm saying. We're coming around the final corner now, and of course, the Christmas Ogre unique procking as soon as we do. Trying to make her way coming through on the outside. All right, final corner coming up in just a second. Poor Nature just chilling in the back lines, waiting from 9th place to see what goes on. Yeah, Digital trying to make her way up through the middle of the pack here. And of course, the Christmas Ogre is making their move as well. Summer Marzensky falling so far behind. But as I'm talking about the Christmas, it's the holiday of Gold Ship fighting for 2nd place right now, right up against Agnes Digital. But they're still fighting for 2nd place as the Christmas Ogre tries to hold on to the lead, but she can't hold on long enough. Gold Ship able to take 1st place, no stopping me in that final 50 meters. And now we got to check the tote board to see who took it home between these 3. Ogre cap number 5 means that we're actually going to... Wait a minute. Number 5 was a gold ship. I read it entirely wrong. It's a win for the people's champ.
These white hater Umas look the same. I don't blame you. Yeah, dude, it hit. It hit. Oh, no unique accelerations, just good old no stopping me into spurt. Like, you gotta love it. 0.6
It's
XL, but like, if you hit correctly, then it's just strong enough. You don't need any of that other stuff.
Dude,
was
I really
rooting
thought I
for
was
that
bugging.
digital.
Yeah, I was like looking at the scoreboard and I'm just like, oh, okay, well, there's an Ogre on 6, there's an Ogre on 7, but there's none in 5. And then I saw a different ashen-haired Uma. I was like, wait a damn minute. I really thought she pulled ahead at that time, but I don't know, maybe it's the hat, right? You know, those extra 2-3 inches on the top of the head ended up making that half-length difference. So congratulations as we move on.
Congratulations, D. Hey, you still have a chance in lowers. You made it pretty far, so like, definitely rooting for that digital. What was that? I forgot already. But hey, good luck.
Yeah, exactly. I'm an Agnes Digital fan myself, so hopefully that gamer is able to survive down in the losers side. Of course, you guys can check that out. I don't know if we have an exclamation point bracket command, but I know we do have the sheet pinned in the Discord if you guys want to follow along with your favorite players.
All right. And Brickbat, are you here?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, there's a player you might recognize in this next lobby that you're casting with Koyu.
Oh really? I'm excited.
You might have
Excited to
compared
see
him to a certain basketball player.
Oh, of course. The one and only Jacka motherfucking Lacka. He's here. And he's here to win, but we're gonna see if taking a look at the lineups here. We've got the good bit of end closers, I think, coming around here, and we got a little bit of a Sayun Sky as well, and a Smart Falcon, and Daiwa Scholar, Daiwa Rocket for good measure as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty interesting lobby. You don't often see the Smart Falcon there. They're usually pretty hard to build for long, given their aptitudes. However, the fact that she's made it all the way in winner's bracket means she must be pretty strong.
Yeah, not to mention, right, the Aishin Flash on top of that. I don't think that's a horse that we've seen so far today, if I'm correct.
Yeah, definitely not something you see every day. It's a interesting build going on. Lots of power. Could be a little low on stem, actually.
Yeah, seems to be no debuffers, though, in this lobby, which means it might be a bit of a high roll. Yeah, I see a lot of Taishins, a lot of gold ships. You see the Daiwa Scar, the now nearly trademarked Daiwa Rocket here for Jackalaka. It's going to be very, very strong here, no doubt. And, well, with 1020 stam, this is pretty good. And not to mention, this is an old horse, actually, looking at the very slight gestures that have been made towards this date here.
Yeah, you say that, but this is actually just Chakalaka's CM6 Daiwa Scarlet, the one he won Carat Clash with 2 Carat Clashes ago.
Holy moly! We got a returning champ, just like LeBron James after he won his first thing. Basketball. There's a lot to say here. We'll see, though. We'll see if that kind of the end closers will continue their streak that they have going for them. Again, both Narita Taishins, the Ogre Caps here, which I assume have been put in the end closer position, will be following that. And it'll be up to Jackalaka with this Daiwa Rocket here to maybe overtake here. There are 2 front runners in the lobby that are overtakeable to proc the NSM. We'll see if that ends up happening. So now we've got all the horses here loading in to the starting gate. Continue, though. We'll see as what happens here in the initial start of the race. Groundwork not going to be an issue for anyone outside the Saiyan Sky here, I believe. Smart Falcon maybe as well. They're going to be off. There it is. The greens coming through. We see a bunch of that. Very good amount of right-handed as well. Umastan being procced by this end closer Ogre. And as we get into it, it looks like the Daiwa Rocket's actually coming out in first here.
Yeah, Daiwa's in a very good position. So if she's in first and gets pressured, she'll proc her Excel. But let's hope she can hold the lead so she doesn't hit too early. However, that Smart Falcon just procced her unique. Not moving any positions with it, actually.
Yeah. Oh, that overtake is now finally going to be on the table. No, Daiwa Scarlet keeping the lead. Very, very strong horse here. Again, as a returning champion and no slouch in her own right. Sayun Sky trying to keep pace, but not really able to just quite yet. It's going to be looking bad for any sort of rod procs as we get into corner 4. But for now, looking through it, we do see the 3 front runners ahead. Ogre Cap behind them looking like a pace chaser, and we've got a line of end closers a bit far back, a little bit farther than what they should be, maybe.
Yeah, when you have a bunch of fronts at the front pulling the pace up, it does drag out the distance to the end closers.
Yeah, now as we enter that final part of the race here, we do see the Festive Miracle proc on the Ogre off of Stamina Eater, straight away Adept as well, as we now see these backliners slowly trying to catch up. Gold Ship and Ogre are going to be the first to make their move here. So we see the distance now closing. The pace Ogre, though, now overtaking the other 2 front runners. Smart Falcon and Sayun Sky now going to be probably out of this race, given the circumstances. The Daiwa Rocket trying to stay ahead, but it's actually been overtaken here by the Ogre. Nemesis now going to proc here from the Narita Taishin. Finally, the last of the end closers make their move here, as all of the velocity has been spent. The accelerations have come through as well, but the Ogre stays in the lead for now. Daiwa Scarlet now falling behind. The Rocket has not launched. Narita Taishin 1 and 2 now coming up. Going to be maybe overtaking the Ogre, but it's a 3-man dead heat. But no! Ogre holds the lead to the last second. Neither of the Taishins here are going to be overtaking here.
Yeah, it was a very, very close battle. Looks like AB10's pace Ogre just held out at the very end.
Just barely enough of that speed, or barely enough of that distance for those end closers to make up. And even though their streak has been very strong, it's broken here by that Ogre Cap. Well-timed Christmas Miracle. Of course, I'm saying as if, Christmas Ogre Cap, the well-known underdog horse here, beating out these Narita Taishins, but still very, very well ran by this horse.
Yeah, just a almost picture-perfect run, catching up to the front and hitting all its win cons as necessary.
All right, we have one last winner semi.
What do you have next?
It will be 3 names that other than Shadow, Ant with 3 million twos, and Light Fury LF. So
Wait, Shadow's the guy that slimed me. What? Yo.
Gosh.
That's like I sent you to the commentary desk, man. Now you gotta watch him fight
Right.
for his life to try and make it into winners finals.
You better win the whole thing, bro. I gotta say, I lost to the champion.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly, yeah. If you lose to first place, you can't be mad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you still can be mad, but
You
can't
can,
do
yeah, you can be a
anything
little
about it.
upset.
I'll be less mad, because I lost to the champion. He's a champion. What could I do?
all right,
Of course I'd lose.
gonna do Brickbat Spice for this one.
Huge.
Ooh, okay. Was a good break.
Take a look-see. I'm gonna take a look-see. Guys, I'll say it. I've been pushing the gold ship agenda for a long time, but I've had this speech prepared for about 15 seconds now. I thought you guys might want to hear it. My fellow Americans, what horse starts in your roster when you start a new account? What horse is something that is easily attainable and easy to train, given a good run? I know that 20% speed growth is not the best, but it's workable. Just like
20% speed.
not
20%
20%,
speed
the
is
0% speed growth.
I was gonna say, what else do you
Is-
want?
That's what I was saying.
It's hard to work with, but hard work is something that we're not unfamiliar with. Of course, I sure hope there's a gold chip in this lobby. It's gonna be rough if it's not.
Oh, hell no.
Scroll down, scroll down.
Please scroll down.
Oh, okay.
God, my fury.
My fellow Americans, today we are joined here by a national hero. One who has come to us in our darkest hour when we haven't gotten our paychecks yet. One that's easy to 3-star because of that one event where they gave it out for friendship points. My fellow Americans, People's Champion is here. And, well, they're kind of meta, so they'll probably win, but you could root for them. Anyways, that's my speech.
Amen, amen. So
People's
I
champ.
just noticed one thing real quick. I noticed one thing real quick. The Haru Urara, what does she do? What is her purpose? Like, you know?
I know that back in previous CMs, a popular strategy was the Haru Urara front to kind of pace down the entire lobby in order to, maybe kind of allow some lower stamina horses to keep pace. And you could, any point not put in stam to meet the requirement is a point put in speed and wit and power. So that's what I see, but we'll see what other horses that, who is the one that submitted the Urara here?
Basically, Urara's job here is to simply deny Taishin from existing. Because of how far back she is, if Taishin buys her gold heal Sleeping Lion, Urara can just block that from proccing. So Light Fury clearly understands this, so did not buy Sleeping Lion. Instead, he bought.
That's so
Master.
smart. Whoa.
That's
Let's
like
see
4D
if
chess.
Shadow has done that.
That's awesome. Wait, I knew that you're making this move, so I'm going to make this move. That's awesome. It's good to hear. So I guess the counter pick has been countered itself. And once again, this Taishin character is just looking a little strong.
Mm-hmm. In this lobby, you got, the usual comp, double Suzuka. They usually kill each other, right? Double Ogre. People's champ, 2 ends. It looks like an end-heavy lobby a bit. Or rather a balanced lobby, I think. With the Super Creek, the 2 ends, the 2 fronts, the random debuffer. Should be fun. It should be anyone's game, actually, now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah, absolutely. And interesting to see, I think, the bit of the dark horse of this tournament, maybe the Super Creek. I didn't get a good look at their stats, but I assume with this Urara and the Suzuka, they're being debuffers. I believe that this might be a solo ace team, if I remember correctly. So we'll see here if will be able to bring this Creek over to a victory, or if we'll see more end closer domination, as we now are at the starting gate. And they're off. Got the concentration here from the Suzuka. Runaway obviously going to mean that those Suzukas are going to pull right on ahead in front of everyone else here. Umastan here as well to proc for the end closers, but as we get into it here, it looks like a bit of distance has been built, and already we're seeing this Urara actually not being a front runner.
Yeah, she's end, but she's like a debuffer, right? So one thing to note is that these 2 Suzukas, they're pacing up the lobby really hard. So the pace chasers are gonna have an easier time popping their accelerations and running away from the end before they can catch them. So it's gonna be a game of, hey, paces want to run away from ends, and ends just they're barking, they really want to catch you, catch the paces rather.
Yeah, that's real. And if I ever wanted to run away from something, I would absolutely not want to be tasked with running away from these end closers. But we'll see if these pace chasers are up to the task here as we enter the back stretch. We see some debuffs coming out, hopefully maybe looking at it, catch some understand Umas. I see a lot of those flustered paces, those flustered lates. We'll see if that ends up taking any effect, because the Super Creek got that built-in stamina.
I need to wonder if that Suzuka even spot struggled. I think she's still alive, rather. And I'm wondering if anyone has Duty of Dignity as well, because that really utilizes the Haru Urara being way in the back.
Now here, we're going to be entering the final third of the race. All the horses now approaching the final corner, and already we're seeing this Ogre Cat blast on ahead from the rest of the pack. Super Creek now going to be close behind in hot pursuit, and on top of that, the Gold Ship now making her way from the back stretch. We've got a Nemesis proc as well. The end closers now going to be making their move as we get into the final stretch here. Ogre Cap with a solid lead here, but Gold Ship now catching up from behind. Super Creek maybe not going to be in it for this one, but Taishin still coming through and ahead. But the distance is so powerful. The distance is so big. It's going to be up to Gold Ship to maybe take it out, but it's not going to happen. This Ogre Cap is going to cross the finish line, and it was looking close there for a quick second, but once again, Ogre Cap going to be the one taking the race.
Yeah, that was really scary towards the end there. I saw her jog. I'm like, yo, job's not finished, buddy. You got to reach the finish line first. So, but I guess it didn't matter because, the minigame that I mentioned earlier, she built up enough of a lead that she could afford a little, victory jog towards the end. As we see Shadow move on to the next round. I think that's finals. Whoa, hey, good job, buddy. Hey, win the whole thing for me, yeah?
That's true. Yeah, it's like you mentioned before. It's best to lose. It's best to be the hypothetical second place at the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's going to put Light and Ant down into the loser's side. Let me double check which phase that puts them in. So yeah, that should put them in losers semis. So now I'm assuming, moving on to some of these losers quarter matches to try and fight out some of those folks who just barely weren't able to stay alive in the winner's side just now.
Yep, we're just waiting for one losers round 3, and then we should be good.
There we go.
Dang. Jack-o'-lantern losers when your goat is washed. This is like
Michael been washed.
Yeah. Oh.
No, okay, wait. It came out wrong. It came out wrong. I didn't mean that.
You can't reverse on that, bro. It's like, it's like, hey, man,
wait.
I just think you smell and you're stupid ugly. I mean, I said that wrong. Sorry, man.
Wait. English is my first language. Yo, give me
Jacka mentioned. When he pulled out the OS. What the hell?
Yes, sir. Of course. I gotta escape by any means possible. Yeah, no, he couldn't get his 3-peat, last CM, and right now he's facing elimination if he doesn't clutch up.
Yeah, that's true. And it looks like Jacka, of course they're waiting for their final over in the losers quarters, but Jacka up against Bobik, so up against the lone Umamusume stand, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe there's some other Smart Falcon runners down here in the losers quarters that we haven't gotten to see on stream just yet, but holding up the Umamusume dream down there in losers semis. Let's see, who they get matched up with for their third.
Guys, and while we wait for our next match, you guys can go look at that pinned message. Look who it's pinned by. That's right, it's me, Brickbat, who has gifted you guys with a form to fill out. You could fill out that form and be a part of competitive UMA future. The competitive UMA future, because I'm going to be in charge of making new and fun, exciting things for you guys to enter. So please fill that out. If you have the time, I desperately need playtesters, and it'll only take like 5 seconds. It's like 4 questions, guys. I know we could do it, and one of them's optional. You don't even do that. Imagine in school if we had optional questions. It'd be a lot easier. And that's how easy this form is to fill out, just from that in perspective.
I can't believe you name dropped solo leveling in this damn form, bro. I'm gonna get you.
That was awesome. I didn't even watch that show. I don't even know anything about that show. I just know that one dude is like the solo leveler. Yeah.
I figured because it's not Sung Jin Woo from Solo Leveling. You said, I am like that one dude from Solo Leveling. So you guys consider yourselves the solo leveling gamer of Umamusume competitive shenanigans. Feel free to stop on by and help Brickbat, playtest a couple new game modes. I know you guys have probably seen Trainers Trials 1 and 2, the second of those happening earlier today. So if you haven't checked the VOD, of course, that's going to be on the Bestie and Slight YouTube channel and, over here on the Twitch channel VODs as well. But, just trying to figure out new ways that we can, develop, competitive game modes for you guys to try things out in between CMs.
Yeah, I really wanted to make something distinct to give you guys. That was a little side quest to the CMs and eventually the Legend of Heroes, but we'll see if that happens. Saw the message. Saw solo leveling mentioned it passed out midway. I get it though. That show seems so far away from anything I want to consume. Dude, I just remember this one tweet of from Dawn to Dawn about that one episode where the lady and her child, and she was like a dancer and all of that, and it was like that show, and then someone retweeted it saying this lost to solo leveling, by the way, and I was like, wow, that's so fucking real, man.
That's insane, man. Yeah. Saw solo leveling mentioned and I passed out midway. Nominative determinants, your name is Sleepy Baguette. I think you would have fallen asleep even if the form was one question. So we got to open up the sample size. If anybody else has a similar experience, you guys let us know in the chat.
Yeah, and even if you're not, right, we've got a skill gradient, of course, in case you could pick that bottom option. I'm a baby kitten in the rain, no food, no shelter. If that's how you feel about yourself, and that's okay, because sometimes we've all been that baby kitten in the rain with no food and no shelter. Where is my mama cat?
That's the one I filled out. I'm not going to lie. Not that you should consider me, because I got a couple other projects to work on. But again, if you guys want to help test out new game modes for competitive Umamusume, make sure to stop on by.
Right. Cool. Well, yeah. Enough about myself. We've got that race coming up soon? Question mark. But in the meantime, as well, I think we've seen a bit of a dominance, or I guess a very strong showing from end closers. Specifically, we've seen obviously those festive end closer ogres as well. I think that we were all kind of expecting that here, but I'm wondering if we are actually going to see any sort of upset. What could be possible here from these remaining compositions?
Yeah, I'm curious, and I'm also looking at the folks that we have in losers quarters right now. I think it would be, I'll leave it up to Koyu and Saya to decide, but one of our matches is, I can't tell if it's BGM or B Gamma X, Stay Makwa, and of course Koyu as well down there in losers quarters. So if he wants to do commentary for his own match live, like I wouldn't stop him.
All right, Jesu and Koyu here next up.
Okay. And who we got?
We got the Koyu lobby.
Oh wait, okay. I didn't think we would get to it immediately. All right, dope.
I'm
So
ready.
what happens?
I'm ready.
All right. Cool. Stunning.
I saw Smart Falcon in my round 2 and felt real fear. She's just happy to be here, man. You'll be fine. You'll be chill. I say that as there's a Smart Falcon in loser semis, so.
Yeah. What you really need to fear is that Bakushin in bracket.
True.
Yeah.
All right. Heading into the losers semis, what have we got up first? We have myself, actually, alongside two other pretty strong players. You must be pretty good to have made it up to the top 27 out of over 180 players. So well done to everyone. This lobby, what we have me with two fronts, Silent Suzuka Ace. Don't think you've seen that one before on stream, maybe. We have Daiwa Scarlet. It's a similar idea to what Jaka is doing, so we've explained that one. One thing we haven't seen much, actually, is the Mejiro McQueen. So McQueen is an interesting choice because she has a very strong ultimate on the final corner, if she can be in a good position to hit that. Yeah.
Yeah, of course we got Nice Nature hanging out in the back as well. The Wedding Maya. Getting to sit in VC and see some of your some of your scrims with this team and folks being like, "Oh no, your Maya's dying. Like, what is your team gonna do?" And you immediately going and being like, "She's like the secondary win con, man." I'm just happy that she's hanging out here. If she wins, that's like a bonus.
Yeah. For my team comp, it's usually just based on whether Suzuka can just take it from first.
Let's see if Suzuka's going to be able to hold on to that runaway lead, as once again we make it into our first match of losers quarters. Of course, Koyu, Makwa, and Burnt Bread pulling up here. Damn, we got McQueen and Goldchip on the same team too. We got the power of Yuri alongside the evil and intimidating Narita Taishin. Let's see it as these racers make their way into the starting gates.
Let's see whether it's the child along her grandpa or Gramps leading the way this time.
Yeah. Looking at your team doing their pre-race like pump up, I did not realize how much shorter Mayano Top Gun is compared to the rest of your team. I didn't think of Silent Suzuka as particularly tall, but of course Maya still going to be making up for the height in lengths taken here as we wait for our starting gate. The racers all ready to go. And off to the races. As expected, Silent Suzuka taken to the front in that runaway position. Daiwa Scarlet right behind. The rest of the pack fanning out.
Yeah, so Silent Suzuka has built a very nice lead up in the front. The way she works is Daiwa Scarlet is actually pushing her from quite a bit far away. It's like a magnetism where you have two north faces facing each other. So every time Daiwa gets close, she pushes Suzuka even further forward.
Oh, I see. It's like a sports anime rivalry, right? You know, those two North Poles, those two North Stars pushing each other to try and stay in the front of the pack. And of course, you got quite a few scary end closers on both of the other teams, right? The gold ships, and of course, that Narita Taishin in the back as well that you got to watch out for. So taking your opportunity to build up that lead when we have it. Of course, Silent Suzuka, Daiwa Scarlet still up in the front, Wedding Maya, and Christmas Ogre up there in the middle of the pack here with Pace Chasers. Of course, Major and McQueen right behind in that 5th place too.
Yep. This battle will also be interesting because there's actually a nice nature here, so we could see some stamina shenanigans going on.
Yeah, let's see the
Let's
evil
see
and
whether
intimidating
anyone
nature.
actually survives.
Exactly. Do we have enough HP to survive, or are we going to stam out? As of course we're heading up right into that final leg, that 3rd corner. A couple recovery skills proccing as we make our way around that corner as well. All right, looks like the pack is condensed a little bit here as we head around this corner. Maya, Ogre Cap, Gold Ship now catching up on the outside too. All right, all of these excels pulling up. Duty of Dignity definitely calls. All right, Gold Ship accelerating out, coming a little bit wide here as we head into the home stretch. Daiwa Scarlet is still so far ahead in front. Silent Suzuka gradually falling to the back, but it's fine. But is it fine, really? The Christmas Ogre gradually accelerating and trying to take a position up against Daiwa Scarlet, and she takes the lead, and she takes the race as well, sealing it out for Makwa.
Yep, that is the stamina issues I was talking about. You could see right at the end there, Daiwa actually ran out of stamina. So that nice nature doing huge work for Makwa, securing him the win.
Yeah, there we go. And I mean, especially, you have the debuffer on your team, so it's not going to hit your own horse. But, that same horse that ended up winning also being like, oh, let me get 3 recoveries and then burst ahead in that final stretch. Like, you're big chillin'. So, Makwa is going to be moving on into losers semis. I got to go check who they're matched up against, but, still making it into the top 27, of course, for Burnt Bread and yourself, Koyu. Still a stellar placing here. When we had 187 folks in Carat Clash, right? So making it to basically the cream of the crop, still a solid placing.
That Ogre was sick, bro. I really thought she lost. Just zoomed all the way to the front at the last second. Holy.
I know.
I feel like we've seen have we seen 3 Ogre wins in a row? Is that what this is? Is something interjected in between it?
That's a great question, man. I hop on the mic and I have goldfish memory. I couldn't even tell you what happened in the past race outside of that final stretch. So, if you guys in the chat have been tracking the winners, both of, the winners semis, and then also heading into the losers quarters, you remind us, refresh our memory.
Oh, Chip, that was the race before. That was the one before we got on, right? So have we only had? Okay. Guys, I mean, I get the whole thing about the goldfish memory.
I'm down. I'm down to say yeah.
Yeah, what? We can that's okay. We can be confident. I mean, we've seen the horse of dementia and the horse of dementia in the beginning. Yeah, holy moly! I can't remember anything. Everything's so foggy. I'm having a crisis here. That's okay. That's okay. We can have a little
couple
crisis.
of CMs. With all these.
Speaking of a crisis,
you wish you'd had that.
Speaking of crisis, Breakbat, Spice.
What's up?
It's time for another one.
Why are we a crisis?
Ooh.
Wait, why are they a crisis? Wait. Say that again.
Right.
If you take the letters from Brickbat and take the letters from Spice, you could spell crisis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you know if you take the words from Brickbat and Spice, you could actually spell spice?
That's crazy.
Whoa.
That's why
his writing is this fire?
That's why I'm on play-by-play. Speaking of playing, let's take a look at this game here. We've got a Bourbon. It's going to be the first, and a Doto as well. So already we've got a little bit of a mix. Oh, hello, Rudolph as well. Look at that. We've got a bit of a variety here.
No, it's looking like a front-loaded lobby, actually. Our only bands are what? Gold Chip, Doto, and Rudolph, which I'm assuming might be a debuffer. That A+.
That makes sense. Yeah, taking a look. I want to take a look at this Dodo really quick and see what position that she's going to play. It looks like it's going to be a pace Dodo, just from that positioning alone. So that's going to be really interesting.
I think it's actually end from what Saya, he keeps clicking on it. I don't know, is your mouse broken? Anyways, it says end over there. Yeah.
Wait. Oh my gosh. I'm so... See, this is why I'm on play-by-play, guys. I just talk. I don't read. That's That's for work, Brick Fat.
Oh, good. I'm here to do the thinking for you. As we move on to the next match in just a bit.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. I guess it was just being an encloser is such an advantage. You just eat the stat decreases just to have that positioning here. So we'll see if this Dodo is able to actually keep up with her peers that are a little bit more in her element here, with that gold ship specifically. But on the other flip side, yeah, like you mentioned, it's a front-heavy lobby, a bit uncharacteristic for the CM so far, and we'll see who's gonna be the one to stay on top of all of that.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for the end closers, especially because all these fronts are just gonna create such a huge gap in the throughout the whole race, really, and I don't think they'll have a chance to catch up, and especially no chance to proc either moving past and beyond or pump and iron, because they both require 6th and 7th positions. I think 5th as well. Sorry, I said 6, 7 because of Tamamo. My bad.
No, I get it. We're talking about the end positions here, and yeah, like you mentioned, the win condition is a little bit rough if you're not a front runner, I guess, in this lobby. On top of that, right, the pace of it is going to be so high. We'll see if we'll actually see a few stamina deaths as well come that final corner, as now the horses are going to be lined up, and they're going to be off as well. And talk about a front-loaded lobby. I just saw taking the lead, and as that comes through. And as we get into it here, we do see this traditional Suzuka's out front with everyone else following behind, and the end closers just looking to have a good time for now and maybe not fall too far behind.
Yeah, these Suzukas really are just they're here to just pace off the lobby and then die, and potentially someone behind them, one of the four fronts behind them, will just rocket off one of them, and we'll see who it is. I think personally, a prediction of mine, these backliners are gone, man. Like, there's no hope in hell with how much of a gap you can already see at the top.
Yeah, it looks like that is just an insurmountable distance already being formed so early into the race. We'll see, though, if any of these end closes pull their stuff together to be able to get onwards into the final corner. But as we enter the mid-race here, just taking a look at it, the Summer Maruzensky has a nice lead here over the Saiyan Sky, and that's going to be looking good. Mihono Bourbon as well, going to be chasing on behind, but not in a super great position here, especially to proc her unique.
Yeah, the Summer Maruzensky looks like she's about to catch the other Suzuka all the way in front and potentially proc angling and scheming. Definitely keep an eye out for her. I don't think she's going to get contested. The next lane lineups might be Saiyan Sky or Mihono Bourbon, but I have to see.
Yeah, now we see all these front runners approaching the final corner here. Summer Maruzensky now has taken the lead over the Suzukas. Mihono Bourbon is going to be the one in second position here, but not going to be able to catch up just quite yet. And it looks like the power of angling and scheming, if it was there, has gone to the Summer Maruzensky, who is now going to be in the lead, and firmly so. But we see in the back line there, the gold ship going to be making her way up. Rudolph here with the unique as well, but might not have the time to catch up. But that is a fast-looking horse coming here on the approach. The end closers are going to be here, but Summer Maruzensky pulls ahead. She's going to manage to keep that distance up throughout the end. And finally here, the Summer Maruzensky is going to be the one to break the Ogre streak. Horses, man.
Dude, Rudolph looks so sad. I didn't realize her third place animation would be so heartbreaking. Oh my god. MT.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I guess what happens when you're the Emperor and you're not on top. And unfortunately, it looks like it's gonna be melt up here on the Maruzensky. Gonna be moving onwards. The rest, unfortunately, nowhere.
I mean, she was looking scary for a second when she popped all her skills and aura farmed for a bit. As she flipped her cape, ooh, I was a bit scared. But the Maruzensky clutched it out in the end. Just dominating performance overall.
Yeah, feels like if we had a little bit longer of a track, it would be a completely different story. But finally, the end closure streak has been broken. We've got a brand new winner for the block here. Going to be this S. Mario here with, wow, double stamina, actually. That's quite impressive. So as we approach, we're finally going to be, I believe, in top 15 now here in losers. And oh, is that LeBron James that I see?
Is it?
What?
Mr. James, I'm a big fan of your work. Oh my god, can I call you LeBron?
love
I
basketball.
call you LeBron.
Speaking of people who say LeBron James, it's time. It's time for the Brickbat Jesu.
Yes, dude. Yes.
All right, wait. Are we gonna watch Jaka's race here, or is it?
Yeah,
Is this
is this Jaka, Oreo, and W2 or
Yep.
Walnut?
With Toolnut?
Okay. With Toolnut. Got it. Understood.
Yeah, that's probably that's
There's
pronounced.
no way. There's no way, bro.
Yeah.
With
Right.
Toolnut?
Tax form L nut. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh, W2. Yeah. Not the pay stubs. No.
Dude, the craziest part is I'm talking about this, and there are kids in college who are playing Umamusume, and they're like, "What the hell's the W2?" And I'm like, no, I feel my bones like disintegrating into the ground.
Yeah, it's okay. My workplace, they give me my W2. That's so chill. I just get to put in my numbers on tax day. It's so nice. Yes.
Life is good, man.
Yes, life is good. Okay, and but yeah. So this tax form guy, are we gonna be watching him?
That's what I'm wondering, right? Because Jaka is up against like the food named gamers. We got Oreo 7, we got Walnut, and we got Jaka. So
yes,
pulling up into the lobby, we got quite a few end closers repping, or at least we have the Naruto Taishin, right? And we have 3 Christmas Ogres. Third tier, Charles. Thinking emoji. And of course, we got Nice Nature on debuff. Silent Susuga to try and set the pace of the lobby. And of course, speaking of end closers, over there in gate number 9 is the gold chip.
Yeah, the only thing that stands out here so far is that Tokai Teo. Very curious to see again. Not a horse that I think I've seen so far this tournament on with Toolnut. I'm just gonna say Walnut. It is way easier to just say.
Yeah,
Walnut.
I'm just saying Walnut, but with Toolnut does go a little hard. Not gonna lie.
We'll see though. Obviously here with the nature, the evil nature here, gonna bring up the rear. It's gonna be a stamina check for some of these horses. Obviously not the Ogres, but the other horses will have to worry about this a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Tokai Teo looking pretty strong here. Of course, S in the long, which is unsurprising when you've made it this far.
Yeah, and looking at the deck here, we see a 3-speed, 2-wit, and Rico, which is a little nice here. And as he's just flipping through, man. He's just
Guys,
flipping through.
there's a point to be
What,
made
what's
here, guys. Like free to play can
Is
top
it the
cut Carat
3-wit?
Clash.
Is it the 3-wit?
No,
Okay,
this is free to play deck. This is free to play deck. Everyone else is whale. This is free to play deck.
I
Walnuts to people's
understand
champ.
that, but how is vigorously shaking the screen supposed to communicate that to me? How is I supposed to pick up that
This guy's showing me 4 MLBs and he's like free to play deck. All right, man. Yeah, whatever, dude. Yeah, whatever, dude.
Yeah, well, this is crazy. This is like this is just, yeah, like you're poor, dude. Like I thought you should know. Like
Yeah, I'll put the
you
race in the bag.
specifically are poorer than the rest of the people here, and you should.
He's
feel
like hiding the
that.
crystals too. He's like, no, anyone can cook, man. Of course, we got the food lobby for that anyway. All right, heading on into it, we got our next race. Once again, another losers finals or losers semis. I gotta get my head in the game here in the Ari Makina 2500.
Yeah, and honestly, the only loser here is the person who couldn't pay. They're poor, and
It's true.
yeah, we could finish this race and they'll still be poor, and that's what Saya wanted to communicate. Like that's what Saya wanted you guys to know. I just thought I should say that.
Exactly. He said it's free to enter every Carat Clash. We'll see it for number 11, but we'll see how long free to play can survive up against these goats.
Yeah, you would like free, wouldn't you?
He said, 200 entrants. This Google Sheet's looking a little slow, man. I think we got to put the entry fee on real quick to gatekeep a couple of these folks. All right,
good.
speaking of, we're lining up in the starting gate as we speak. Of course, these horses are ready and rearing to try and survive to make it into the losers finals. Off we go, of course. Silent Suzuka, Daiwa Scarlet making their way immediately to the front of the pack to try and set the pace.
And we see the horses kicking off here. I wanted to actually share a really brief story. Before the tournament, Jaka and me were talking. JC, you were there as well. And he sent a photo of himself, like his car's dashboard. And I noticed, like, in the background, there was the school zone, right? But you see on the speedometer that he was going like 60. And so we were like, why are you doing that, Jaka? And he was like, I wanted to prove a point that I'm going to school these kids and turn them into red mist. And
Exactly. He was
we'll
like,
see if that
this
happens.
Yeah, he was like, this is kind of like Silent Suzuka, right? You're going 40 miles per hour, you're still in the school zone, it's only the first half of the race, and yet all of a sudden you're dictating the pace of the lobby. Everyone behind you is like, this 25 mile per hour sign is clearly lying to me if that Suzuka is so far ahead in front. And speaking of Daiwa Scarlet, just right behind as we make our way just in the halfway mark of the race, of course, going to be seeing these gold ship uniques as well, making our way around that 1200 meter mark.
Red mist, red hair. I mean, it's not a coincidence. This is a very intentional choice.
Emoji?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, we're halfway through the race here, and I think Jackalaka is halfway through the school zone. They're all lined up like a bowling ball, and Jack is just the ball, but instead of a ball, it's a 60 mile per hour car, and instead of bowling or a strike, it's a national tragedy. But as we enter the final corner, we'll see what horses finally pull ahead.
But dude, imagine left lane overtaking in the school zone, but now we're finally making it onto the highway. Daiwa Scarlet says, no, it's my time to shine, so far ahead of the rest of the pack. So you make our way into this final home stretch. Debuffs, stamina just hitting in the front of this pack, and Naruto Taishin trying to swing wide and make her way over on the outside, but still blocked by these Christmas Ogres, blocked by Gold Chip, still fighting for second place as Gold Chip accelerates, coming out wide, trying to fight with this Christmas Ogre. Daiwa Scarlet still keeping the lead, but can she hold on as Christmas Ogre cuts to the middle, but it's not enough. Daiwa Scarlet secures losers finals for Jackalaka.
Those kids had a little bit of bite in them, but of course, just light work here for the LeBron James of anime girl horse racing. Jacka motherfucking Laka up there here, posting up in losers finals. Going to be looking real pretty off of that. And hey, if one lesson's to be learned, those signs that you see are just there for show. You can go as fast as you want.
Guys,
the principal calls you in, and he's like, guys, we have a guest speaker, and it's LeBron James. You're like, oh, he's going to go easy on us for the scrimmage, and he's dunking on, like, folks that are, like, 4 foot. I'm like, that's the GOAT, man. That's the GOAT.
I never lose.
Brickbat, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have said yes to this.
No, that's awesome. Well, I enjoy I'm super elevated. I'm having a great time right now.
You said, like, the word school zone, like, 3 times too much.
Yeah, and well, I wanted to get that point across.
No, this is like just one. This is like when you say flip side.
No, this is like when I say
flip side
school zone.
incident, bro. The 40 mile per hour incident of Shibuya.
Well, hey, I mean that's a Daiwa looking for a 2-peat right there, and I mean or 3-peat. I'm sorry. That's a Daiwa that could win multiple CMs. I mean that'd be crazy, right? Winning multiple Carat crashes with like the same horse that you trained. Like that's pretty intense.
Dude, when I saw November 28th, 2025, I was like, what the hell? And then I thought about like the cyclical nature of CMs, right? Like kind of coming back around to this like long distance. I'm like, okay, it kind of makes sense, right? But still, in that time, how long has that been? That's like almost 3 months, right? So, if your 3-month-old veteran Uma is able to come back and get that double crown in Carat Clash, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's awesome. Downright philosophical. It's never over until you say it's over, when you were saying that the cycle, I was like, you're gonna hit me with like a nuclear bomb here, like this Daiwa Scarlet reminds me of the cyclical cycle of life, and I was like, whoa,
what is he talking about, man?
All right, you guys got two more races.
That is going to be the end of Oreo and W2, but yeah, who do we have next, Saya?
Jesu Koyu and then Brickbat Spice. Okay, you guys have 2 more races in the block.
Okay. Good. He's like, count your days, buddy. This is all you got left.
Can't wait to be done with you guys.
Make it count. We got some surprises coming up for that last block, by the way. I won't spoil it, but there's a certain voice that you guys might recognize if you've ever seen or thought about Pharaoh in a miniskirt. But no miniskirts to be seen here. It's full dresses. Who do we have coming up for our next losers semi-finals?
Is Koyu here?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, there we go.
Describe them? Sure. Let's go. So, losers finals. We have that Asian flashback again with the Smart Falcon and the Sea and Sky. We did talk about them before, so good to see that they've lived on. We also have that Summer Morozensky team with another Augury cap. And to top it off, a gold chip team. So, once again, we run back the old storylines for this CM. Is it gold chip Is it Taishin, Ogre Cap, or someone else?
Yeah, exactly. These end closers are looking pretty strong and in solid position to, try and fight back here. Of course, I gotta, show a little bit of love to Bobik, right? The first Asian Flash that we're seeing, of course, we saw him earlier on stream as well. And holding down the Umadol Dream as well alongside the Seiyun Sky, but I don't know. Let's see if these front runners in the single late surger is gonna be enough to stay alive against these terrifying end closers just waiting in the back.
Not just the end closers that they need to worry about, it's that Summer Marozensky as well at the front. Can they hold their own against her?
Yeah, let's see. The front running pack is not so easily earned. Still got to be a little bit scared there. Of course, Suzuka looking to try and set the pace of the lobby too as these racers are ready in the starting gate. And off to the races they go. I see the groundwork procs, and I see Suzuka, of course, taking her position in that runaway spot.
Yeah, looks like Seiyun Sky actually had a pretty late start. She's nowhere to be seen. It's just Falcon and Summer Marozensky at the front there.
Yeah, Falcon Marzensky right in that fighting for second place spot. Seiyun Sky a little bit further behind along the pace chaser or middle side pack with the Christmas Ogres as we split up a little bit in the straightaway.
Yeah, the second Christmas Ogre is a little bit further behind than everyone else, so she will need to put in some work to catch up. Everyone else has managed to get into a good position for themselves. With that front Christmas Ogre pushing up really far at the moment. It's already almost overtaken that Seiyun Sky.
Yeah, oh my god, she's not even trying to wait for that last spurt. Second half of the race came up, and she's like, I can come up on the outside just a little bit early. The Uniques proccing for Maruzensky and Silent Suzuka. And still just waiting in the back of the pack. Of course, we got that Asian Flash, the Gold Ship, and the Narita Taishin waiting for their time to strike.
Yeah, the end closers at the back are finally deciding to make a move. They're coming forward. But let's see if they can actually catch up to the front pack. The front Augury is pushing. She's right there.
Diva starting to hit the middle of the pack. Acceleration starting to come up from the backliners as well. Ogre, of course, trying to come in from the side. It looks like a fight for first place in three ways. But of course, that Silent Suzuka just barreling like a bowling ball to the back here, interrupting some of those backliners as Christmas Ogre tries to make her way to the front. Summer Maruzensky just barely behind in second place as we make our way onto the home stretch. Summer Maruzensky still trying to hold on to the lead, but Ogre just keeping that distance too. 3 lengths ahead as Narita Taishin tries to make her way up to the inside. I wonder if she has enough acceleration. There's not enough room as Christmas Ogre seals it out for losers finals.
Yeah, very well done by Light Fury. That Christmas Augury's mid-game was superb.
Go just a matter of a length and a half. Unfortunately, Summer Maruzensky not able to hold on into that final stretch, but you see it in his in-game name, Light Fury LF. He had already prophesized that he's going to make it into that losers final. So congratulations for making it into the top the top 7. Okay, but still a very solid performance from Bobik and from Mathrim, making it into that top 15 as well.
I keep hearing Mariah Carey. It's past Christmas.
Yeah.
We're still in Christmas.
Do you think Ogre Cap would be like a Mariah Carey fan?
Oh.
Or is that too modern for her? Which is an insane thing to say, right?
Yeah.
But if you watch Cinderella Grey, like the playlist that she's got is a little old school, if I can underestimate a little bit. If I can say so much about her music taste.
Well, I mean, I feel like if Ogre lived here in the United States in the 80s and she was rural, she probably would have heard it a bunch at the Dollar Generals because she would live in a rural food desert. And she would be very familiar with it because that's what they play at Christmas at every Dollar General, I think.
It's at the Dollar General. It's like playing on the speakers at the gas station. I get it. She's like, country Ogre Cap is pretty true to character, methinks.
I think it'd be in Iowa.
You think it would be in Iowa? She's like a potato girl.
Yeah,
I
think
did
so.
see her kill those croquettes in episode 1, so I get it. I think
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah. I'm glad you were able to find meaning in what I said. I really appreciate that.
I'm trying to find the diamond in the haystack, man. I'm looking for the potato in the haystack too.
All right, taking a look at the final race of our block here. It's going to be Ant 22222 as we saw, and we saw Melt Up earlier as well. I don't think we've seen Garen 11234 yet, though. I don't think we have, if I'm correct.
No, these names are new to me as well. I haven't seen them at all. But like, as you can see their seed number, they're probably like, this is probably their first Carat clash, I think.
Yeah. I think if you got that little blue tag, means that you're an automatic, like, new on the block. Right. Ant is the guy that ran this debuffer Ura at the bottom, if I remember correctly.
Okay, I see the digital is back, I think. Yo, mad respects. I hope you win, buddy. Like, full bias. Nah, but what else do we have? Ooh. Seems to be a lot of frontliners, actually. Bunch of fronts, bunch of faces. Maybe, like, one end in the Agnes Digital. That's gonna be really rough for her to catch up.
Yeah. Got some nice variety here. Only one Christmas Ogre here. In pace as well, so not even in the meta position for this Christmas Ogre. So we've got a little bit of a shake-up lobby here. I'm very excited for this. I'm very excited to see if this Super Creek that we saw earlier will perform. Unfortunately, didn't quite get through it, but I believe had a respectable podium finish, but was not enough to pull through. So we'll see if this opportunity will be enough in a do-or-die situation here for Ant.
You were looking at the skills for the Agnes Digital full-on whale deck. Hey, mad respect.
Gosh.
Bro. You gotta drop mad bans to make your Oshi work. I get it, 100%, bro. It's hard. Like, you're sick of being the 0-5, you know, digital main, and people keep telling you, yo, switch off, bro. Like, nah, man, I'm gonna make it work this time.
That's real. I respect that. And hey, I mean, sometimes you look at your W2 and you're like, well, you know what? I could pay someone else to look at my W2s for me. That's what happened here.
Mm-hmm. Spend money so you can escape, make your life easier.
That's real.
And we'll see if digital will have an easier time in this lobby. Just catching up to all these fronts. It's gonna be difficult.
Yeah. We are seeing the horses here line up at the starting gate. Again, that Super Creek going to be the character to look out for here to see if we get a little bit of off-meta upset coming up. Of course, that Digiton is going to be there as well to maybe have a little bit of showing. But between the rest of that, this is going to be a little bit of a front-centric lobby here, especially with so many front runners and pace chasers. As we are going to be off, the greens have showed up, the debuffs as well, giving us a little bit of a call here. The subdued front runners and pace chasers all coming through. The debuffer Urara also falling to the back there, but still giving that value. She's just here to have fun and to make some other people have a little bit less fun.
Yeah, she's making people hella miserable. I'm seeing so many debuffs go off right now. The Suzukas, yeah, they'll probably die. You know, they spot struggle, so like that's just known. But we'll have to see which of the three frontrunners in the double Summer Marzensky and the Bourbon, which of them can snag Rod early. I'm trying to take a look at the digital at the back end. She's doing a good job catching up, or maybe there's a Ura way in the back, just ruining my perception of like how close these Umas really are.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit hard to tell with just how spaced out everything is. But just looking at the camera positions here, it really is a pretty far distance between the pace, aka this Christmas Ogre, and the fronts, the Bourbons and the Marzenskis. So already does seem like there is a bit of a hill to climb for the horses here at the back of the pack.
Yeah, so it's looking like Marzensky, yeah, she's passing the Suzuka right now. I think that's Melt Up Suzuka, number 8. Will she be able to snag Rod just in time as we approach the acceleration zone?
Yeah, the acceleration zone now going to be here on this fourth corner of the race here. Hesitant Friend Runner is going to come through, maybe get a little bit of a ding on this Marzensky. Stamina Siphon as well coming out. We'll see who has the stamina to actually get through this final spurt. But for now, Christmas Ogre is going to be making her way up through the pack, already going to be passing one of the front runners, and I'm sure is going to pass the second soon as well. But no proc on the unique means that this Maruzensky might just be holding for now, but we see Digiton here in the back, maybe coming through, ramping up, but is there enough space? No, there might not be. The Maruzensky barely holding the lead. It's Cap, it's Maruzensky, making her way through the final bit of the line, just holding on barely here against the Ogre Cap.
That was so close. I was thinking, yo, is this going to be another Ogre win? No, thankfully, Summer Maruzensky giving us some variety in this win screen. I really want to see this win screen. You feel me? For like, oh, I guess we're not seeing it. Oh, good. Congratulations to Meltup. We're moving on.
Yeah.
You live another day, buddy.
Yeah, it felt like those the lack of stamina procs bit that Ogre back at the last second. I guess that Urara, even though it wasn't Ant that ended up winning, still gave Meltup that extra edge in order to take it all on the Maruzensky here.
Solid showing from the Digiton though. 3rd place podium finish in what? Loser semis, top 15. That's really impressive. That must have taken you so many runs. I'm seeing people do 170 runs over the course of a month. I'm like, yo. That's respectable, but also concerning a little bit. But hey, you know.
Yeah. Well, that'll be it for us. And I understand many of you guys, especially those that we just saw on screen, as I like to point out, can't afford to pay for much. But what you can do is pay a visit to the sign up for competitive Umamusume playtests. Again, we talked about this earlier, but I wanted to bring up the fact that I have been tasked with coming up with some new formats for you guys to maybe consume and participate in at a later date, but that won't leave the ground unless I get a lot of feedback. So if you could pay a little bit of your time to maybe submit your interest and attend some of these events, that will very much help me in the pursuit of building the scene here. So again, the link is going to be pinned. I appreciate if you guys just go over there and fill it out.
All right, guys, anything else you want to say before we cut to a short break?
I will say thank you guys for tuning in. There's still some more losers semifinals action all the way through the end with another block of casters that I'm sure you guys are going to be very excited to see. Up next, we got Unearthly, we got Destin, we got Saya, and we got a certain individual who you guys might remember from Skibbity Riz and American Pharaoh in a mini skirt frame, Mr. Sketchy the Horse Guy himself. So of course we got 4 of my favorite casters heading in for that next block. So you guys make sure to stay tuned.
That guy's in my house right now.
It's true. He's like maybe
right
the room next to you.
I could hear him.
Oh, hell yeah. He heard you.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to break.
All right, thanks for having me.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Carat Clash. We are approaching the top cut, the top 7, and I have 3 casters with me today. It's Destin, it's Unearthly, and it's Sketchy, the horse guy. How are you doing?
Pretty excited to be here. I've never done anything like this before. This is certainly different from any horse race I've ever done. So I'm excited to learn something new and expand my skill set.
Yep. Well, it looks like we have our match ready. So Destin, take us into this loser semifinal.
Yeah, this loser semifinal, we got Fantasy Super Derps Da Makwa. Man, I don't know how to pronounce that one. But looking at the lineups here, we have 2 nice natures, Summer Marzinski, Christmas Ogre, Silent Suzuka. Pretty standard lineup, except for those nice natures. I hadn't seen too many debuffers today. It's another stamina siphon, couple stamina siphons. And this is going to be, you know, pretty redeeming race for Fantasy. If he wins, he can make it to that losers finals. And if he loses, if any of them lose, they're out.
The stakes are set. Only one can prevail.
Yep, we're going to be looking for Christmas Ogre to hit those recoveries, get that Fantasy Festive Miracle proc off. Going to be looking to see if our front runners can get their excels and if our backliners can close the gap. It's only going to be 1 Suzuka, so should be doable.
Race makes the race. That is the oldest adage in horse racing. How the front runners do can either spell doom for themselves, but will 100% affect everybody else. The front runner controls the roost. Whether they have the strength to hold that responsibility is up to them. They're in the gate, ready for the start. And away we go. It's an absolute ability flurry as the race immediately goes. Who's up front? Why, of course, Silent Suzuka takes the lead. In second place, it'll be Summer Marzinski. In the third position, that's Oguri Cap alongside also Oguri Cap. So Chariot Fatty and Fantasy's Oguri Caps are going to be abreast early on here. Then there's another link back to Makwa's Oguri Cap, so it's just an Oguri sandwich. They would probably eat each other right about now if that was a real thing. There's a gap then to Makwa's Evil Nature. Then at the back of the pack, there is Makwa's Gold Chip, along with Fantasy's Gold Chip, and last of all, that should be Fantasy's Nice Nature, as they hit the wire for the first time. How are they looking, Destin, with their positioning?
Everything's looking pretty good for Chariot Fatty. That Silent Suzuka has made a pretty considerable gap, and the Summer Marzinski's not too far behind, assuming she procs her Kissing for Courage. She should be able to overtake and hopefully get that angling proc, but those Ogres are creeping up. As long as they've proc their recovery skills, they should get pretty good timing for their uniques. And hopefully they can get some no stopping me procs off of each other. And I do believe that Gold Chip is actually pushed up into a good position as well. They're right next to each other, but hopefully one of them can hit their excels. Honestly, this could be anyone's race. That Summer Marzinski's pushing up pretty far. She should be able to get her rod. It's just going to be down to if she has a big enough gap as we go into that final late race.
Final half a mile here. Summer Marzinski is the new leader of the pack here. So Summer Marzinski takes the lead from Silent Suzuka. Then it's the Oguris. They're still fighting for position here, and they're all coming at the same time. Gold Chip's also picking up speed here. So it seems as though Silent Suzuka is finished. They've hit the wall. Leading the way, it is Summer Marzinski. They are leading the way, and they've hit the top of the stretch here. Chariot Fatty's hopes lie on Summer Marzinski. Then to the outside, here comes Oguri Cap, followed by Oguri Cap, and then Gold Chip. Oguri Cap on the outside, trying to make up the distance here, but the front runners are really reasserting themselves on the front end here and are holding off all end closers to win. Chariot Fatty, not very charitable. They get this all to themselves, and they're moving forward.
Yeah, those were some pretty unlucky acceleration procs from what I could tell coming out of the backliners. I think I saw a couple of no stopping me's, but they were way too late to really close that gap that Silent Suzuka was able to build for the Marzinski.
That's it. That's pace and race. I mean, earlier it seemed like the end closers were always having their way, but the front runners recently, especially with the Summer Marzinskis, have really been turning it back and showing that not one way and one size fits all in order to win a long distance race. you can go to the front and still have enough strength to hold off everybody else. It ain't just all about saving up.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Fantasy and Makwa, that's going to mean that they are eliminated. Super Derp Derp punched their ticket to the losers finals.
It's painful that not everyone gets to win. Dreams really are made and crushed through victory. That's what haunts Right Shower every day. But Chariot Fatty moves forward and escapes the jaws of elimination.
Yeah, and I don't think he'll be too upset about that. You know, unlike Rice Shower, he's probably pretty happy he's getting to move on. That's a pretty upset performance, I'd say.
He had the strength.
All right.
What about you guys? Did you guys see that ending coming?
Well, when Christmas Ogre's in the lobby, you're always a little bit scared, right? Especially when there's multiple of them. Pretty impressed that Summer Marzinski was able to hold it off.
Yeah, from what I've seen, fronts are definitely very strong, particularly Summer Marozensky. And what it really comes down to is whether, if you're in one of those paced-up lobbies, whether or not those Christmas Ogres can proc their accelerations or not. And if they don't, then they fall prey to the Marozensky.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, luckily no red mist today.
Yeah. Nothing crazy like that. But next up is the winners final, which I'll go on with Unearthly for. But this is a match that has been waiting for a while, right? Like, they've been waiting for the entire losers bracket to catch up. These are players who have chances left in the bracket. If they lose here, they're still here. They can go to the losers final and try to fight their way back into the grand finals. But they would like to not do that. They would like to win here and have an easier path.
Yeah, so taking a look at the lineup that we have here today, so we have 2 debuffer Suzukas, 3 Christmas Ogres at the pace position, and then 4 enclosers, a split between 2 gold chips and 2 Taishins. So my immediate thoughts about this lobby is that with the Suzukas pacing it up a lot, that it's going to come down to mostly a battle between the Christmas Ogres. It's possible that the end closers may be able to push up enough to proc their accelerations and catch up, but I think they're going to have a real hard time doing it.
Yeah, we'll have to see here. But let's head right into the race. Taking a look at the lobby composition, though, who do you think is really favored in this one?
So yeah, let's see. Let's see if I can figure out who's I think it's Vinge's Christmas Ogre is the one that I particularly have my eye on. Is the S+ Christmas Ogre with quite a number of skills. I wonder if it's Fast Learner. That's the one that I have my eye on right now.
All right, we'll have to see, though. It is the winners final after all. All these players already securing a spot in top 7, but winning here would secure their placement on the podium. It's not going to be easy, though, and the dark horse out of all of these players is probably Shadow, right? A mostly unknown player compared to the 2 names we've seen before.
But as we know, they've already performed very well getting all the way here to the winners finals, so we can't really be upset with any of them pulling off a win here.
And we're off. The Silent Suzukas, of course, taking their places at the front of the pack. It is the Ogre Recaps, and then everyone else here, the backliners, of course, going to be way further behind the Silent Suzukas as we start the race. At the cluster of 3 Ogre Recaps, you can already see on the minimap here, as everyone else will have to struggle for their excels, but maybe an Early Titan or a gold chip right in that 6th position might be the key to unlocking victory.
Yeah, and one thing that we also didn't mention before, but there's also the positioning requirements for a number of recoveries that the Christmas Ogres take. Particularly, Pure Heart requires position 2 through 4. And as we know, the 2 Suzukas mean that one of those Ogres is not going to be in that position. This means that it might shut them out from activating their Festive Miracle unique.
Yeah, you got to be very careful there. And taking a look at those backliners, though, not the Christmas Ogres, although that is on everyone's mind. Which one out of the gold chips and the Titans do you think has the best chance?
So looking at it, I think it's the gold chips because they are, particularly AB10s has moved the furthest forward. And so they have the best chance of getting some acceleration and potentially getting that no stopping me after that last Ogre.
Heading into the Excel zone now here, not before too long. The Christmas Ogre is already splitting apart. Number 7, Shadows, is looking quite good though, already encroaching on the heels of the Silent Suzukas as we head into the Excel zone straightaway spurt. There's the Christmas Ogre Festive Miracle, something that we're going to see a lot across all of these Umas. And no stopping me as well. Vinge, maybe with a chance here. The Christmas Ogres all in the line. The gold chips looking to catch up. Dangerous in the final turn as we head into the final straight. Ogre caps, Ogre cap, Ogre cap. It's a mess at the front of the pack, but there is one that stands ahead, and I think that is Shadows. It's going to be dangerous here, though, but the gold chips and the other Ogre caps too far behind. It's a secure lead here for the frontmost Christmas Ogre.
So one of the things that we saw as we were going into the late race is that 2 of those Christmas Ogres proc that Festive Miracle right before the late race, giving them that really strong acceleration and carryover, and that's what led them to that victory.
And that is indeed Shadow, the one moving on to the grand final. AB10 and Vigne. Okay, there we go. I got the pronunciation of that name finally right. I didn't pronounce how to whatever. But yeah, very strong players all around, but Christmas Ogre cap, this is the terror that was foretold, for sure.
That's a really strong stat line.
Yeah, from what we've seen is it's really once you start getting that close to that 1100 wit with those Christmas Ogres, that's where they really just start stomping on the fronts, and that's where those Marazenskis really start getting worried because they just creep up on you, and then by the time you hit the late race, they're taking angling and scheming, not the Marazenski.
No, but dude, look at it. It's got Turf S, Long S, right-handed, Winter Runner, Speedstar, innate experience. He had the whole package. He had the acceleration, the C4 nuke, the Turf S.
Well, a lot of that comes sort of built in. The innate experience, the Winter Runner, those are built into the Ogre. And so some of these are easy picks up as well. You get Speedstar from your Fine Motion, but it's hitting the stats while also getting all of those skills and all the skill points to buy those skills. That's what separates the good Christmas Ogres from the middling ones.
That thing's just like a work of art, though. Rarely do you get to ever see it all come together, you know what I mean? Getting the Turf S, the Long S, getting all your skill points lined up, getting your chain events finished.
Well, given where we are in the winners finals, it makes sense that we've cut off the chaff, and so what's left are those few that managed to craft those best Umas and train them as good as they could.
All right, but taking a look at this deep in, Sketchy, what do you think?
Well, for the first time that I've ever seen these kind of tournaments play out, I can see why it is very engaging. Despite how complicated the layouts of the tournaments are, it sure is pretty easy to, after a little bit, to kind of understand the stakes of this whole situation and be engaged to see who can stand and who falls.
Right, and that's something that you and Unearthly are going to have to figure out in this losers final featuring 2 players that we've seen very, very recently. It's going to be AB10, Jackalaka, and what in-game name did he use? It's Super Drifter, but like, what was it again?
Chariot Fatty, I believe.
Chariot Fatty, of all names.
So, the stakes here, just to be clear, only the winner of this bracket goes into the grand final. The other 2 are eliminated?
Yes, in the losers final, only the winner has a chance in the podium. The other 2, it's over.
All ogre now. This is going to be exciting.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Definitely the Christmas Ogres are the ones to keep an eye on, but there are also fronts, both Marzensky and Daiwa Scarlet in the lobby, and it's always possible for them to run away. It really comes down to how well do those Christmas Ogres proc that festive miracle, as we saw in that last race. If you proc it right as you're going into that late race, getting into the corner, it's extremely strong and it's really hard to fight. But if it procs too late or too early, then the front may still have a chance. But it's really gonna be the ones to look at is those Christmas Ogres.
A day to be a front runner. Not impossible, as we've seen.
All right, we're just waiting for them to file into the lobby, and then we'll be off. But I guess Jackalaka is one of the players you have heard of, right, Sketchy?
Yeah, you guys were giving me the 411 that Jackalaka is the dude. Going for a third, I believe, a third Carat Cup, the only the only defending champion in history, in the very short history of this game, and a hat trick when you've already been the only repeat winner. Now that's just showboating.
Yeah, but it's definitely possible for him to achieve it today. He's not defending this time. He did not win the previous Carat Clash. Last Carat Clash, he abandoned his favorite Daiwa Scarlet, and as a result, some may say, led to his results. So this time, though, he is bringing back the Daiwa Scarlet, and we'll see whether she can bring him to the victor's circle.
So this Daiwa Scarlet has been responsible for his previous 2 Carat Cups.
It's even closer of a connection, actually. Usually, players retrain new Uma to be optimal for each exact specification of a race course, right? But in this case, Jackalaka is actually bringing his November Daiwa Scarlet that he trained for one of the Carat Clashes that he won.
So this is an actual winner Daiwa Scarlet, but not necessarily tuned to the course.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, she's a little bit overstammed, and those green skills might not line up as well. But she's still been performing really well.
So, but this Daiwa Scarlet, this specific individual, has already won him 1 Carat Clash. This is like a historical run that Jackalaka had with this.
That's right.
Daiwa Scarlet. So this is the in-game lore. This is like, I mean, this is the true unique individual. People remember this like they remember the VGC Pachirisu.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna need to brush up on my IRL horse racing knowledge to catch that reference. But I'll presume that reference. Yes,
that's not horse racing.
Oh, it's not horse racing.
Although someone could name a racehorse Pachirisu if they wanted to, that would be pretty fun. But for now, no Pokemon in my knowledge. Actually, no, there was a Breeders' Cup winner named Squirtle Squirt. There was a Breeders' Cup winner named Squirtle Squirt. But that's a story for another day. Right now we have a field of 9 ready to one chance at the grand final, eh?
Yeah, so taking a look at this lobby, so we have the 2 fronts. It looks like, I think each player has a Christmas Ogre. Oh, 3 with the Suzuka. So the Suzuka will help extend the lead of that lobby, and then we'll have to see, will the fronts be able to bring it home? The Daiwa Scarlet will have some difficulty proccing her red ace from the Summer Marozensky. But it's possible. And then we'll have to see how the backliners, whether they can fight the Christmas Ogre menace, or will Christmas Ogre continue their dominance?
3 chances for Christmas Ogre. That's 3 out of 9 chances that Christmas has come very late.
And one thing just to note is that AB10 is actually the one that put Jakalaka into the loser's bracket. So this is a rematch for them. We'll see whether or not Jaka can get his revenge on AB10 here.
The drama intensifies, and so much on the line. I love it. They're in the gate, ready for the start. And away we go.
And yeah, we see those front runners coming right out of the gate. Summer Marzensky trailing a bit behind. That's not going to fare too well. We'll see whether she can catch up before we get to that backstretch.
Into the far turn for the first time. Silent Suzuka all by themselves here. Then it is the Jakalaka Scarlet, the famous one, stalking in the second spot along with Summer Maruzensky from Chariot Fatty, who originally stole the lead around the backstretch to get here in the first place. Following the Chiclets, it's then the AB10 Oguri Cap, followed then by Chariot Fatty's Oguri Cap. They're right behind each other. It's a further gap back to Jakalaka's Oguri Cap. Some technical difficulties. The stream's lagging a little bit on my end. I apologize. Narita Taishin is near the tail end of the field as well, along with AB10's Gold Ship, and the trailer is AB10's Narita Taishin. What are we looking at the setup for the backstretch?
Yeah, so we see the front runners not quite catching up to the Suzuka. I think they're going to have difficulties proccing, angling, and scheming. So, the one thing to keep in mind is that these Christmas Ogres, that 5th place one is not going to be able to proc a number of their skills. So right now I have my eye on that number 8 Christmas Ogre.
We are now continuing down the backstretch. The lead is shrinking on the end of Silent Suzuka. They still have the lead, but major abilities are beginning to trigger as we're rounding the most important turn of all, the final quarter, and now the old switcheroo comes forward. Chariot Fatty's the new leader as we're rounding the far turn. Chariot Fatty is the new leader. In second place, it's AB10 Oguri. The AB10 Oguri, Narita Taishin also beginning to pick it up speed here. And then it's Jakalaka Oguri, who is in the third spot. So Jakalaka begins their attack on the outside as we hit the top of the stretch here. But they still have to catch on the front end the other Christmas Oguri. Can they do it? They have 200 meters to do so. Can Jakalaka, a lot at stake here. They're coming down to the finish line. It's going to be close as they hit the wire. Jakalaka just misses.
Yeah, Christmas Ogre continuing to show their dominance as we see Christmas Ogre take all top 3 slots, and it really just came down to the one that got into the best position in order to win that race.
The trifecta. Brutal trifecta. But Chariot Fatty, once again, prevails. They started off in the first bracket, or in that loser's bracket. They prevailed over there, and then they slay Jakalaka to win again, and now it's time for the final one of all. At least for them. As their luck ran out, we'll find out. But we still have a little bit more to go, don't we? Before we can make our grand final.
Yep,
that's right. Well, so we have the last loser finals match here, and then we'll move into the grand finals.
Yep. There's only one race that stands between the ultimate one, so I guess we're almost there.
And what a journey.
Oh man, these finals are really shaping up to just be a wall of a disliked historical figure.
So we have Shadow. I forget. Shadow already made it, didn't they?
Yeah, Shadow's sitting there.
Okay, so Shadow's waiting for someone to take his crown that he has snuck through. Whoever was defeated by him previously looks for revenge. At least we'll see. And then last of all, we just saw Chariot Fatty. So we have 2 of our 3, right?
Yep, and the winner of this race is our final contender in that grand finals. And
now that's cool.
Yeah, I'm going to be yoinking Destin for this one.
Oh man, looking forward to it.
Yep, and are you looking forward to this lobby though? Because Meltup has slayed many a Christmas Ogre over the course of this bracket, but Vignay is a different beast.
Yeah, and it's a little trickier for the Marzensky this time around too, because we have 2 Suzukas. If they spot struggle, they might push too far ahead for Marzensky to actually close that gap with KFC and get the angling. But, you know, we'll just have to see how it plays out. And how do you pronounce that name again? Vinhe?
Vignay? I think it's Vignay. Wait,
Alright.
they're definitely in chat. Like, is this correct? I just need to input some stuff, so like, let us know. But take a look at the lobby other than the Marzensky. How do you expect the backliners to make it play out?
Again, it's all going to depend on those Suzukas. If they spot struggle and push each other too far up, I think the backliners have a much better chance versus those Christmas Ogres. Because there's not going to really be there's going to be a gap, but I think we're going to see a lot of trouble getting the accelerations out of the fronts. So the Christmas Ogres, they'll have to NSM off of each other, if anything.
Right, but as we head into the gates here, this is one with pretty high stakes. Of course, everyone in this race is already in the top cuts, but you want to go further. You want to reach the podium. You want a chance at winning it all here, especially when this is the most stacked Umamusume tournament in history, in the global server at the very least. And this is their chance to punch their ticket into that top 3 right here.
Yeah, we see the classic cat flip clan tag. I know we've got a few cat flip members in chat cheering on their club members. It'd be interesting to see how that works out.
Yeah, the most dominant organization in competitive Umamusume so far.
Yeah, I think they might have 2 in the finals.
And we're off. Oh, a late start for one of the Silent Suzukas, almost getting kidnapped right now behind the normal front runners here. That's going to be a little bit awkward, but does make their way out, and spot struggles, dooming both Silent Suzukas to an unfortunate fate. But looking at the rest of the lobby, it's looking quite interesting with the front runners, but Mihono Bourbon and Summer Marzensky are going to have a hard time getting their win conditions when these Suzukas are blocking.
Yeah, you can already see the gap is so much bigger than last time we saw Meltup's Marzensky get that perfect overtake into the angling. So it's going to be a little much harder for them this time. And the Christmas Ogres are also pretty far back there, the 1 and 7. We can see Light Fury's Taishin is pushing up a little far. She's still in a really good position, but she needs to push up further if she wants to get that no stopping me proc.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit dangerous here. Summer Marzensky making good position for now, but the runaway is continuing to run away, and that is posing a bit of a problem. Can't see the Christmas Ogres, but number 7, Light Fury, might have what it takes.
And we see the anchors away. They're going to be pushing up, going to try and make their way forward, get that no stopping me, get that straightaway spurt. And the Summer Maru is actually pushing pretty fast. She might get far enough up in there for angling and scheming at a really good time if she keeps moving like that.
My eyes are on number 6, though. That's Vignay with the Christmas Ogre. And 6th place is a great position to be in an Umamusume race. Uniquely good for a lot of those backliner excels here. There we go. There's a straightaway spurt. The no stopping me for Light Fury. A lot of win conditions on the board for these Christmas Ogre caps. And it's looking dangerous here. Number 6, no stopping me as well procced. It's looking like the gold chip is the one in the lead for now, but the Christmas Ogre is accelerating forward. Speed Star, everything thrown at the kitchen sink, and maybe, just maybe, it will be the Christmas Ogre too far behind. It's once again Melt Up with the Summer Marzensky in the lead, creating distance. It's looking like it's enough. No more ground left for the Christmas Ogre caps, and once again, in winter, in record-setting low temperatures on the East Coast, it is an Umamusume in a swimsuit who gets it done.
Yeah, I saw that skill proc. It was hidden underneath a wall of other skill procs, but that Summer Marzensky actually hit no stopping me. And it pushed her really far ahead.
Wow.
Oh.
I mean, is Meltup the savior of this tournament? Saving us from Christmas Ogre cap in every single winning race?
It looks like it. Honestly, I said that the 2 Suzukas were going to be to their disadvantage, but I did not realize that the Summer Marzensky had no stopping me. I thought he was just purely playing off of a KFC overtake into Rod. I did not realize he had that no stopping me. And it just does a really good job at carrying him forward.
Wow, wow, wow. And that makes it so that we know our 3 grand finalists. It's Shadow, it's Chariot Fatty, and it's Meltup. And out of all of them, only Meltup has been on the podium before. This might be their chance to get it done for real this time.
Yeah, it's pretty surprising looking at those seed numbers. We've got a lot of contenders that, maybe at the beginning of the tournament we didn't think any of them would be here. They've all got a lot to prove, and now it's down to the final race.
Yep, and for the final race, Destin, you will be with Sketchy. And this will determine who's the winner of the most stacked Umamusume tournament in Global.
All the marbles.
All the marbles. Will it be another Christmas Ogre? Will it be the Summer Marzinski?
Can Summer Marzinski save us from the Christmas Ogre menace?
Or could it be the People's Champ? We haven't really seen her poke her head in a few races, but she could always show up when you least expect it.
So far, earlier today, we've had a lot of People's Champs in real horse racing prevail. But does it translate into gaming? That I stand to see.
Yeah, I really would. I think I don't even have any biases here. I just don't want to see X Ogre win. I think any other horse I'm okay with.
I love breaking the status quo. That's the one thing I like about even those real horse racing stories. I like when expectations are subverted, when the horse that's expected to win does not. Sometimes it does get a bit old seeing the same horses in the winner's circle.
Yeah, but the best part about Summer Marzinski winning is you can break out that old copy pasta, She's running down the final straight, and what's this? Her bikini top has come off, and she doesn't care. She just keeps running.
Not in my house. I'm going to stay on top of that and make sure that is kiboshed.
You think that's better or worse than Red Mist in a school zone?
I don't even know Red Mist. The only Red Mist I know led to the death of Squidward.
Oh. Holy throwback.
But the players are almost ready. The final race of the tournament.
At the end of the day, may the best horse win.
Oh, and I think we have a special surprise for the grand finals.
Yep.
See what we got here.
Wait, are we going to be able to hear it?
Yes.
All right, sweet. Yeah, we're gonna get some cool music. Oh, Shadow's the one that has the really strong Xmas Ogre, so that one's gonna be a little scary. Chariot Fatty, obviously, we've seen their Xmas Ogre win as well, and Meltup's Summer Marzinski. Man, it'd be really cool if the Bourbon just won it all. We haven't really seen that Bourbon show up at all.
So anything other than Christmas Ogre would be just an upset, a slight upset. Slight throw off from the status quo of this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, she just really has everything that you would want in her kit, She has the built-in acceleration. She has the innate experience, which is exceptionally good on this track because of where the fourth corner is. It's after the acceleration zone, so you're already at top speed, so it just gives you more top speed. She's just got a lot of tools in her toolbox that make it easier for her to win.
That would be a pretty fun time for an upset.
Oh, yeah.
But nothing good comes easy.
Nope, they are going to have to work for it. And it looks like we do once again have two Suzukas. So we could see a similar situation where that Summer Marzinski gets that really early no stopping me and just runs away with it. I really feel for the Bourbon players too. They can't use that Bourbon Wit card, so if they want to get taking the lead, they have to run Twin Turbo Speed, which I just saw in that Mihono Bourbon's deck from Meltup.
Aim not having all the tools you need. This is it. What everyone was here for. The end of the Carat Clash. Carat Clash X itself. 9 horses, 3 teams, 3 champions. Turned into just one. So many great trained characters, all brought together, but only one can win. 8 dreams crushed, 1 fulfilled.
Yeah, and I mean it's gonna hurt to lose, but I think all of these guys can really stand proud at the end of this, whether they win or not. There's 187 participants, and they made it all the way here.
And it all comes down to just 2,500 meters of turf. And they're off and racing. No time is wasted at all. The Silent Suzukas are in full force as we go into the backstretch here. Splitting away from the field, though, it's Meltup Suzuka. Despite the debuff, they're going to take the early lead here. In second place, it's Shadow Suzuka. Alongside Shadow Suzuka, there's also Chariot Fatty Suzuka. A gap back to the infamous and famous Summer Marzensky, who is stalking alongside the other Summer Marzenskys. The Summer Marzenskys are the middle of the pack here. Between horses, that is Mihono Bourbon, a bit further back than you'd expect. The Christmas Ogre is also near the back of the pack, along with Shadow's Christmas Ogre, Chariot Fatty and Shadow Christmas Ogre, and all that remains is Narita Taishin. How's it setting up?
Right now it's looking pretty good. I did not even see that third Suzuka in the lobby. I completely missed it. That changes things significantly. One of them could have dodged the spot struggle, and if they are built as an ace and not a rabbit as something to bounce off of, then they could win themselves. That's a pretty sizable lead on the backliners. We do see Christmas Ogre kind of crawling up, though. Ooh, she's going to get an early unique proc. That's going to be too early to get any carryover speed or acceleration.
The ability triggers, and we're in the final kilometer. Leading the way all by themselves, it's Meltup's Silent Suzuka. While everyone else's abilities begin to trigger, the target is on the back of Meltup's Suzuka. They're coming back down to earth. And the first to take over is Chariot Fatty's Summer Maruzensky. They're in prime position to usurp, but here comes Christmas Ogre from Shadow. Shadow on the outside sweeps forward and takes the lead, sweeping more than Tosho. They've taken over. Chariot Fatty is fighting on Gamely as we hit the top of the stretch here. Leading the way, it is Shadow Oguri and Chariot Fatty Maruzensky. It's these two who are going to decide it, and now it's all Christmas Oguri. A late run from Narita Taishin from the back of the pack, but it's just too late. Christmas Oguri wins. And I believe
that's going to be Shadow's Christmas Ogre. I believe you are correct.
Beyond
maybe not,
a shadow of a doubt.
Maybe not the result some of us wanted, but it's definitely the result Shadow wanted. He made a really strong Christmas Ogre, and she showed up.
Creeping up on the competition. Breaking out of the dark. Now it's no secret. The 10th Carat Clash champion, Shadow.
Oh man, he almost pulled off the podium too. That was his Taishin that was coming up the side.
Ooh, a near trifecta. Man, he could have used it. He could have won this without his ace. He could have won this whole thing. If we're just focusing on this race specifically.
Yeah, that means it was 3.5 lengths between him and an actual opponent. That's a pretty dominant performance.
Yep. Yeah, if you were a betting person, hopefully you went for an exacta instead of a trifecta.
Does that mean 2 out of 3?
Exacta is the top 2 exactly.
I see.
Trifecta is the 3.
Oh man, that did not. I mean, I guess it played out exactly how I expected, just maybe not how I wanted, but it was a really good race.
Look, you can't keep the best horse down.
She is the most loved, I believe, is one of her epithets.
Why wouldn't she be? She's the 10th Carat Clash champion. That's exactly why they put that in the game.
And speaking of the 10th Carat Clash champion, I'm going to get them in for an interview as we speak here. Hello, Shadow. And congratulations on winning the 10th Carat Clash and the biggest, well, technically not the biggest, but the most stacked Umamusume tournament of all time in global.
Thank you. I appreciate having me on here, and it was a pleasure. It's first time actually finding this tournament, but yeah, it was fun experience, and really appreciate what you guys set up here. It's really good for the community.
Yeah, and talk me through like I guess your approach heading into this champions meeting because your team is like the least controversial team that I've ever seen, right? Like this is just the team, right?
Yeah, this is just the common pasta that everybody else is the Buzz Lightyear comp.
hmm and we were talking about this Ogre cap being particularly strong. I guess how do you achieve this particular stat line? Because we've seen strong Ogre caps, but this is crazy.
Yeah, this was like I think this is my best run ever. In the entire like I don't know 1,000+ runs I've ever had. It was just a run where I randomly hit every single hint. I hit every single Unity Cup inspiration. I hit Turf as long as on the second inspiration, and I hit Fast Learner. So it was a little bit disgusting. Yeah, it felt a little bit disgusting. And to top it off, in my ace run, I was almost gonna glue this horse instantly after I lost my maiden race at the debut. Thank God I didn't do that one, since otherwise I would have missed this. But yeah, pretty crazy. Hit pretty much everything, all hints, all inspirations I was looking for, including Umastan and Tohotai. I just missed the only thing I missed was angling scheming from my grandparents, but that's about it.
Yeah, this might be the strongest version of Christmas Ogre in the entire server. Destin, do you have any questions you want to ask?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, that's how many attempts did you say this was? Was this I mean, it's January 8th, so I imagine it had to be pretty early on.
I think this is probably like it's definitely probably like approaching 100 runs. I usually don't finish a lot of my runs since I generally have a vibe for if the run is going to be like super good or not by the first-ish inspiration. Yeah, this one just happened to be super high on the early. So I think I kept playing after I lost the maiden race, but yeah, I think definitely won't be able to replicate this anytime soon.
And this is like a bit of a unique experience, right? Like how did it feel like watching your Umas in the grand final?
Oh, it was pretty exciting, honestly. Like I think I'm a pretty competitive player or just like competitive person at nature. So being able to, watch from kind of like a spectator perspective on a live stream with people like reacting to it, I think it was super hype. And once again, I think it's amazing what you guys have set up here. And I only found this tournament recently because somebody in my club chat was posting like I think CM7 results, and I was like, hey, might as well try CM8 because I made this Ogre, and maybe I can, I didn't expect to make finals, but or let alone win it all. But yeah, it's been a great experience, and thanks again for just setting this up.
Yeah, I won't hold you for too long. Anything you want to say to the people before we disappear?
Oh,
wait. Destin, one question.
Sorry, I actually had one question. Did you?
Yep.
When you went into this, obviously you're seated as like seat 47. I don't know if you really think about stuff like that, but did you know how strong your Ogre was? Like, did you sign up for this like pretty confident? Like, I'm gonna win.
Oh, I mean, I mean, obviously, I don't think my Ogre is weak, but I definitely thought that there's a bunch of ways that because I have lost in practice rooms, so I'm definitely wary of people that have like setups that are slightly stronger. For example, I believe that a groundwork angling setup is probably a bit stronger, or if they have similar skills and instead of nimble nav, because I only had enough SP to buy nimble nav, if they had NSM instead. So these are all things that could have like just easily stat checked the Ogre, and I've also just straight up lost the front runners because they they have a strong build. They they also bring their own Suzuka, and because if there's 2 or more Suzukas in the lobby, the pace of the lobby is even higher than normal. So sometimes it's not possible to catch them. So I was a little bit scared into running some of these guys, and definitely in the semis, I definitely saw some of these Ogres with groundwork packages, and those were definitely the scariest opponents for me. But yeah, and even in this final run, I think the other Ogre actually did have the groundwork package. It's just I happened to overtake before I think the corner where it was like really hard to overtake. So yeah, it was overall I didn't expect to make it to finals. I thought I would probably get unlucky as per usual, since historically I've actually lost most of my CMs, despite making horses that are, I would say, pretty strong. But Umamusume RNG game, so
Hey man, I lost CM6 finals to a 984 speed Manhattan Cafe, so I get it.
yeah, stuff like that always happens to me. So I'm not too I don't go in just expecting to go finals or anything, but definitely a nice surprise to be able to be here. And yeah, I mean that's about it for me, I guess.
Yeah,
man, good shit.
Anything you want to say to the people before we outro?
Yeah, I guess everybody that competed in this tourney, please don't show up to my CM runs, because you guys are gonna randomly beat me in finals. I already know it. But yeah, otherwise, GG's everybody, and again, appreciate the tournament staff and everybody who are putting in the work to hold this event and everything. And yeah, appreciate.
Yeah, congratulations, and I guess we'll outro now. Any final thoughts, Destin, Unearthly Sketchy?
No, just yeah, just had a great time, and we'll already be looking forward to the next Carat Clash.
Bravo, Shadow. Bravo. You're also my favorite Sonic character.
Destin?
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. Thanks everyone for showing up. And for the people who didn't show up and made some of the lobbies go long, thanks to you too, in a weird way. You guys caused a lot of chaos.
Well, here's the hoping that in the next Carat Clash, more people wake up on time. But with that, thank you everyone for entering. Thank you everyone for watching. We maintained above 100 viewers, which is crazy for Umamusume tournaments. Kind of niche and all of that. And I hope that we can cap the entrant count next time. Over 200 next. It's not that far away. Good night, everyone. And see you soon.
Oh.